It is indeed a Roberto Zampari moment. How you doing, Jippy? It's even more so right now. Alright, we ended off at 37. There's still a lot to go. I need to get the second exit here. There's still a non-trivial number of exits. It's, I think, 112 total. Yeah, I think it's like 112 total. I'm not sure I like this controller. I went and tried to clean out my other controller I was using because I was disappointed in some aspect of it, but now one of the screws is stuck and I can't actually fix it. Well, stripped, I mean. 112? Yep! I think these are in general fairly large, but the levels aren't terribly long. You know, plus or minus some moderation nonsense. Oh. Sup, Kappa. You're trying to delete my computer. Thankfully, I don't even import eval. Or system. Thank you for 34 months. Jesus Christ. And hey, I guess it's boyfriend time. Hey, that even worked. What's up, people Ghost? How you doing? It is a lot of months. It is a lot of months. I'm always amazed when those come through and I'm like, yeah, it's been a long time since I started subbing. I remember my oldest sub is now. It's probably in the range of like hundreds of months. Not like on my channel, I mean the longest Twitch sub I have personally. Like I've been subbed to Monotone Tim since he got monetization back when they were testing monetization. Pop. But yep. This has actually been going really well so far. Like, Luigi's Adventure, Misadventure 5 has been a good hack. Just for the sake of playing. I have no markers so far. I think I ran into a very, very small amount of slowdown somewhere. That was a terrible time to jump. But nothing else of note so far. Doing good, got a pizza in the oven. Oh, nice. Pizza sounds good. I'll probably have pizza on Friday. People come over for D&D. Well, I'm not buying the pizza, so, you know, I'll have the advantage of leftover pizza. Oh, crap! Take a stretch break. What's up, Suak? How you doing? Thank you for the raid, Mangort. How you doing, Worldwide New King? Oh, Kling. New Kling. That's way better. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? How was the stream? Hope it was good. You were, like... I keep getting hit by that penguin. Working on, like, jump speedruns or something, right? Amongst other things. Nope. Bad penguin. There's nothing in those. Hello, the Tays. How you doing? Good luck, have fun. Doing good. A great week so far. It's been pretty good. Like, only one major annoying thing happened when I forgot that I had to interview somebody on Monday and subsequently did not. Just completely spaced. Was on another call and was like, oh yeah, that was an hour in the past. Gonna interview him tomorrow. Had a checklist figured out. Dang it. The tech for jump any % run. Oh, nice. Sounds like a race of trolls in StarCraft. I could see it. Yeah, right now I'm trying to get the secret exit in this hack. I'm moderating it, which means I'm going to play it kind of weirdly at times, but because I've already been through this level in pretty much its entirety and checked all of the bits that I needed to already, this level will look exactly as if I'm playing it. I'm also going to stop and abuse a feature that I love to have in USB land. Because I personally find going and acquiring lives to be really boring. I just decided to set my lives to 69. See one of the things that's going on here. So I've got my SD to SNES hooked up to my computer via USB, and so we can do some silly things like play as the boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin'. As opposed to playing as, you know, anyone else, such as, I don't know, Luigi. Like, Luigi's good and all, but he's overplayed. He's in too many games. Even has his own games. Multiple own games. Like, how many games do you actually have at this point? He's got all those Luigi mansions. But there isn't ever going to be a Luigi teaches typing, so he'll probably be jealous about that for pretty much forever. I think I'd learn. But, nope. Yeah, I've never played a Roberto Zampari hack before, and these tend to have interesting plots. The prior hack in the series, Luigi defeated the Kids Next Door, the old Cartoon Network shows, villains or possibly heroes. And now he crash-landed on a planet with his buddy Reich, and there is something else going on. So we're off to solve that mystery. We've already seen a couple anime characters, and Queenie from Deltarune Chapter 2. Shout out to Luigi's Road of Glory, where one of the bosses is Greta Thunberg. Yep! What's up, Jeff? How you doing? What the heck? There actually is a Luigi teaches typing. Why does this exist? Why? That's awesome, actually. How you doing, Jeff? Let's do the old Delta facility. There is a video. There's a link on itch. It might even exist. Right, that's what that means. You have to confirm any more? I mean, honestly, I might need to play Luigi Teaches Typing, and then follow it up with Mario Teaches Typing to actually learn how to type. Or possibly Typing of the Dead. Maybe Mavis Beacon's typing. And then maybe some, I don't know, static typing. Have a typing stream. I've considered trying to, like, play some interactive fiction on stream, and I was never felt that my my typing was competent and confident enough for it. But I did play one recently that might have changed my mind, but also did actually have, like, sounds and stuff. Whereas if I were to play Beyond Zork, I would have to supply all of my own audio, which is just something I'm not set up for. Probably should be, but just not. Which is to say, would be listening to, like, Canyon.mid on repeat, which isn't ideal. Never press left or right inside these blue skull blocks. Slippery floor is your best option. I see what it means. I'm learning. Gonna wait for it. Just never know when things are gonna proc. Or how. Yeah, my initial inclination there was to think that it would hurt me as opposed to kill me, but now we know, and that's important. Both for the playing process and the moderating process. I'm certain we'll see these things again at some point. Now it doesn't even hurt. I'm already tiny. It'll kill me either way. Yeah, what else has been up? Oh yeah, I got really irritated about this the other day. Okay, first slide through here, then complain. I did a stream where I captured my Windows 98 machine's output recently, and I went and looked at the video and I'm like, wow, this video quality is crap. Which was a surprise. I thought I'd gone and fixed up a bunch of stuff to actually make it better. It turns out I was wrong about how I'd set it up. It ended up, like, stretching and then stretching again, which is just going to look bad if you do a double stretch. And I went and fixed it today, and it actually looks a lot better, I think. And it turns out that the other setting that I thought affected it did not affect it, which is even weirder. So I'll have to still check this the next time I try to do a Windows 98 stream. Oh, Midway, cool. Time to die. Diagonal thwomps, yep. But if I was going to do Mario Teaches Typing, I think there is a port for it on Windows or DOS, which would work. Windows would be better because it's easier to capture things that are actually in the windowed context, because sometimes game audio doesn't come through properly. And funny resolution changes can break my entire setup, causing the entire screen to flicker, which is unpleasant for everybody, except me, because I can't see it. And then I have to be informed that the entire screen is jittering every few seconds, which is never a fun one. Diagonal thwomp. Were there diagonal thwomps in Mario 3? I want to say there were. I guess we get to see what kind of boss we face here. Oh, it's a penguin. Okay. Dang it. So basically, it's I can't believe it's not Birdo. Alright, you can't flip those. Otherwise, bad things happen. Alright, but the pattern's really consistent. So this shouldn't be difficult. Jump, 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 egg. Alright, when I said not difficult, I meant I'm still going to be bad at it. No, I guess maybe not. Maybe I got it down now. Maybe the cape was a distraction. Maybe the cape wasn't a distraction. Good enough. Games on DOS? Not sure, actually. That's fair. Doesn't monologue at us like a JoJo villain? Ah, that'll happen later. Penguin Mecha from Mega Man 3. Thank you, HeroSoft. That somebody knows. How you doing? We're gonna take a diversion to go over to the ice, broken ice right here. He did look like he was from Mega Man, I just wasn't certain. Nor was I certain which Mega Man. There's a lot of Mega Man. Well, really only one Mega Man. I think there's only one Mega Man. In terms of actual characters, and Mega Man X is something different. Here's a Mario Teaches Typing 2. For those of you who want to learn Dvorak, there's Mario Teaches Typing 2. Oh, it's one of those! You don't see that critter very often at all. It's the Big Bertha instead of a Boss Bass. I only know this because I had a copy of the Mario 3 Strategy Guide. Way back in the day. What? Apparently there's blocks down there to make it, like, one-ways, to make it so you can't swim under that easily. That was oddly unpleasant. Graphics used in Wily Wars? I thought it looked 16-bit-ish. One is DOS in Windows, 2 is Windows only. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, I find that when I want to find, like, good information about old games, the best place to look is Moby Games still. Even though it does crowdsource and has crowdsourced its information. It tends to be pretty accurate because they want you to show like a box scan where it said this thing, it requires this amount of RAM or what have you. And because it's well formatted, you can also find that information a lot more easily. I'm gonna miss having Fire Flower. Unless... Yeah, I'm gonna miss having Fire Flower. Barely paying attention, thought, if you want a divorce, there's Mario Teaches Typing. No, if you want to learn the keyboard layout, Dvorak. It's a keyboard layout for nerds. I have never known anybody to use this keyboard layout who wasn't a humongous nerd. It moves the position of the vowels to be like directly under your left hand on the home row keys, and I think that that's the major difference. Everything else there is just like to mess with you. Someone say nerd? Yes. Do people? I have met one or two people who who at least flirted with using it when I used to be a TA and in college. And it was always irritating because they'd be like, oh, I would need help with this Linux thing. I'm like, I can help you with your Linux thing. And I start typing. I'm like, why am I typing garbage? Like, oh, I have to switch off Dvorak mode because you're such a square. It's like, dude, I wanted to help you. Now I don't want to help you. Oh, what's up, Steven? How you doing? Yes, we did say nerd. I did say nerd. Nerd was discussed. Was mostly quoting the Rainier Wolf Castle thing. Not one episode of The Simpsons with Springfield Squares. And Brockman's asking for like some light color commentaries. I just heard about your new movies. Like, yes, my son goes to a fancy East Coast college, and when he comes back, I'm disturbed to find out he's become a nerd. I'm laughing already. It's not a comedy. Ooh. Suffer, your router arrived, a new contract is like, oh, well, hopefully it'll work out better. Using a different keyboard instead of QWERTY like everyone else to prove a point. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I think with Dvorak's supposed to be the optimal way to type if you can learn it. As it's laid out specifically help you type fast. I mean, that's probably true, but it depends on what you're typing. As a programmer, I don't use vowels nearly as much as I use a bunch of other symbols. Supposed to be typing fast, turns out it doesn't, and now the only reason to learn is to be a big nerd, yep. Paying for 100 megabits, getting 1,000 megabits, and getting 0.5. Oh, that sucks. That's insulting, honestly. Let me guess. Comcast? Pay more for less. When it works. Sometimes. The 2 exit one, right? Ice bullet bills. Any contact with the ice bullet and you'll be frozen in an instant. Ong! Alright. Cool. It's a feature I'm not a huge fan of, being frozen in levels, but you know, it happens. I never know what to do with things that freeze me in this game. Sometimes they freeze and hurt you, and sometimes they just freeze you, and I never know which is gonna happen. Like, if I touch that, it could hurt me both ways. Or it could just hurt me one way. I'm gonna guess that there is a blue-gray P-switch around here somewhere, and I'm gonna need to find it. Oh my. Yep, okay, it froze me but didn't hurt me, which is nice. You can't jump on these suckers, is what we've learned. Alright, so there's a green P-switch, which I can't destroy those things using fire, which is what I was... Oh. Alright, so they don't hurt me. They're just annoying. That actually made it worse. I'm gonna wait for it. Don't have Comcast, Vodafone. I think I get someone's, like, receipts for Vodafone. I get all sorts of interesting emails about people's receipts, because people frequently use my email address for some reason. There we go. Oh, yeah, close enough. We're doing this. What that symbol means is that there's no scrolling back, not that I can't go backwards. So we're doing Mario 1 scrolling in this area. Not sure what difference it'll make. And frequently it makes no difference, but also there's a big shark. Do like a good shark. You know what's amazing about this particular sprite? It uses Mario's default color palette. Like, the first time I saw this, I was incredulous. I was like, I cannot believe that this has been done. But no, just impressive sprite work. I mean, it's more obvious with the fire one, but when it's not fiery, like, the very light blue is one of those, like, it must be used for, like, an accent of Mario as opposed to the main part of him or something. Especially because Mario palettes only use, what, 10 colors or something? It's not the full, 15 you're allowed. Shark. Can I LR scroll? Nope. How you doing, Max? Good idea, though. We get one shot. I haven't gotten one shot yet. Maybe I should. I've heard it's good. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the context, but... That does remind me. Still need to take care of the remuneration. And... Yep, I don't think I can go under the level. Come on, let's go for it. Ah, only 40. It happens. I guess that's convenient. It just takes you back to where you were. But I guess that's convenient. Let's see, what else am I up to? So I finally got another thing squared up, and I know what I'm doing in the near future. I will not be streaming on Saturday. Will very likely be streaming on Sunday. Barring weird things happening. Which I don't think they will. Those snowballs, you never know what they're going to do. I think it's very likely going to be some sort of interesting retro stream. I'm going to do something with Hawalute. It might be a race, it might be a co-op. I'm not really... Well, co-op meaning we play the same game. instead of, like, a co-op game, like, I don't know, we both play Halo 3 at the same time. It occurs to me, there's no downside to hitting this P-switch. In fact, there's only upside. That worked out way too well. And into the drink. Do they stop your upward momentum? That is an interesting question. Let's find out. Let's find out. I think the answer is no. I don't think they affect your downward momentum at all. Or upward momentum. It literally just freezes you in place for a little bit. It's the kind of thing you could see like being used in a very weird Kaizo situation. Where like you need to make sure you hang yourself out to dry in just the right way. At least it's consistent. I definitely have not had that property with certain things. Those are Sprite solid, but not Mario solid. Pretty sure. Yep. Space Pig has a level where the coins freeze you. That seems pretty reasonable, actually. Was that a ROM hack races level or a full-on hack level? I'm not that familiar with Space Pig's work. Other than, I know he... If I see his stream of his, it's usually Lunar Magic. Yeah. I hate these so much. There we go. I no longer need to... Never mind, I still need to hate them. Okay, nothing in that pipe. As we have ascertained from earlier levels, there can, in fact, be things inside those pipes. Aside from more penguins. So glad I skipped that. Those hurt you and do not freeze you. Good to know. Okay, yeah, we've done all the things in this level. It's a work in progress hack. Full-on hack level, but the hack is not done yet. Ah, okay. They have rocks inside. Alright, we got both those exits. We can go to the Winter Ghost House, which probably has 2 exits. And might be kind enough to inform us of such. Okay. I've learned 2 important things. 1, that's a waterfall. 2, you can't spin jump on those ghosts. There's a reason we learn these things. Right, you cannot spin jump on them. I literally just iterated that. So I guess we have to reiterate that. No, you cannot swim in the waterfall. In general, you probably should avoid trying to swim in waterfalls. It doesn't work out so well for most people. Just general life advice. Despite what TV and cartoons may have shown you, swimming in waterfalls is a really bad idea. Or there's a waterfall in a house. Well, it's a flooded house, so it makes a lot more sense now. Anyway. I got distracted. But, yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do the rest of this week. Like, I wanted to get more of this done. Because this is just a good hack. I'm having fun with it. Ooh, the spooky layer 2! It's the spookiest of all layers. I haven't noticed any turnoffs yet. So, like, there's no spot where I can easily go and find a secret exit. Generally speaking, every single secret exit in this hack so far has been before a midway. I'm willing to bet that it continues in that way, in that manner. Oh, there's our turnoff. Turnoffs include this door. Probably gonna regret not keeping my Fire Flower. Hey look, I'm regretting not keeping my Fire Flower. Game makes it easy to have egrets. But yeah, the only other thing I can think of that I really want to do in the immediate term, other than work on the request queue, because I probably should message Louie and see if Friday would work for him for more Dark Souls. Though I'd probably have to start a lot later than I'd want to, because of D&D reasons. And there's the Midway! I still need to get back onto Equinox. What's up, Fall Circus? How you doing? Thank you for the good luck. Is Gabriel Knight 2. I want to play Gabriel Knight 2, and that's one of the reasons I was messing around with the Windows 98 capture earlier today. I'm like, I want to capture it in the highest possible quality it can be, given that it uses the Duck 2 codec. Which means it won't be very high quality anyway. But I do want to capture my things as well as I can, at least. I'm still kind of debating whether or not I want to do another one of those, like, ISO survey streams. That was actually a lot of fun. Though we may have peaked at the printer server one. There might not be any better ISOs to look at. Ended up reading a little bit about how Macromedia Director worked today, because there were some links off of the Scum VM page, because of course they're going to support Adobe Director, because it's adventure game adjacent. Frequently. There's at least a few adventure games that are written in it that are actually good and people have heard of. Though I don't actually know any of the good ones off the top of my head, but ones people have heard of probably pissed. Oh wait, I didn't die! Shoot. It's from Tiny Toons? Oh, interesting. Need to check the Midway, which is why I have the kill command, because sometimes you just need to die. Which unfortunately means it's going to put a marker on the video, which is an irrelevant marker. But I spaced out while I was talking about other stuff. I didn't check the Midway. I needed to check the Midway. I could have come back and done that. No, I don't want to do that. Because if I fail to have Fire Flower in the right spot, I need to just restart the level. So I do not want to get the Midway again. Buster Cuts Loose, Stage 2. Huh. It was a Tiny Toons game I played like a million years ago. The only thing I remember is that, Plucky? I think that's the name of the duck? Was one of the earlier bosses, and he had like a pickaxe and would cause the room to shake. I don't know if that's the same one, because I can't remember if it was for Genesis or Super Nintendo. But I'm leaning towards Genesis. Just because of the timing, at least in my mind. We might have rented a Genesis from Blockbuster around then. I do not like these boomerangs. But I vaguely remember, like, either... I mean, I must be able to look... Must have had the internet by then. Because I vaguely remember looking up, like, level codes. So I could go to a later level than I could achieve on my own. It must... it might have been on a BBS. It might have been that. It might have been earlier than I think. Those were frequently distributed on BBSs back in the day. Ow. No! Okay. It's for SNES. Plucky was the final boss in that one. He wasn't with a pickaxe, parroting Star Wars. Ah, okay. Interesting they choose a title that doesn't really correspond to a Star Wars title. For a Star Wars parody, though. Yeah, it must have been Genesis then. Yeah, looking up cheats used to be hard. Remember once I wanted cheats for Duke Nukem... Might have been the OG Duke Nukem, actually, not even Duke Nukem 2. And the only way I could find that was by looking in a... It might have even been a card catalog. I think it was online by then. It was definitely a catalog. and finding a specific microfilm or microfiche. I never quite figured out what the difference between those two things are. Of a PC magazine that had a small article about, oh yeah, here's the obvious cheats for these. And so I wrote them down on paper and took them from the library. Cursed Goomba believes using your own stuff in a hack adds value to it. Yeah, I'd agree with Cursed Goomba. How you doing, H-Girl? Family Guy parody was called Blue Harvest. How's that relating to Star Wars? I don't know. I mean, didn't they do a lot of Star Wars parodies, though? Like, all of them? Like, I vaguely remember watching all the way through one of them back in the day, but the only other bit that I remember, at least from one of them, was they did the Cleveland falls out of his bathtub bit. Except he was R2-D2 falling into the swamp. But it has been a number of years. Are you... Layer 2 has won again. Let's see if there's a fire flower in here. Wasn't Blue Harvest like a movie about a shark? Like one of those teen movies? I can't think of a different movie. Now I'm stuck thinking of Solar Harvest, which was some sort of vape juice that Film Cow advertised. Because somebody paid money in their Kickstarter to make a commercial for their vape shop. It's definitely a weird one. You guys can just stay put. There we go. Oh, it's the Boo. Alright, cool. The rest of the game had other themes. First was school, second was Western Train, then Ghost House Monster Movie, Sky Tower, football, sports, and then the Star Destroyer. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Whoop. Hack some graphics drawn by yourself. Also started porting a song for it. Porting Eternal Recurrence from Secret of Mana since you wanted to use it in Ice Castle. Oh, nice. Hope that's going well. Let's see where the pipe takes us. This makes sense. We've already been here and done everything, but why not take a short visit to Pandora Palace? Just to show people what this hack is kind of about. Don't have enough exits to continue, so we have to go get more exits. And so now this happens. I guess it's a cosplay version of Queenie. That might be why I didn't initially recognize her. Like, it's clearly taken at a convention center. You can tell by the carpet in the background. No other place has tiled carpet, kind of like convention centers. Anyway, let's go back through the pipe and continue playing the game. Queen real life? I guess I could see you... I guess I could see how you could get that out of there. It's the track used in Hong Kong 97. Warning, the Ice Queen is here to freeze you with her spells. Ice enemies do her dirty work. Okay. Song that wasn't already ported? Ah, nice. I assume you mean your song. Not the one we just heard. Oh boy, it's a Rex. Oh, it's one of those things. It's Ice Kamek. Kamek looks good in blue. I guess Kamek usually isn't blue. I've screwed up. Yeah, if you've never seen Hong Kong 97, it's a very interesting bootleg. Well, it's a kind of interesting bootleg for the Super Nintendo. Made to sort of protest the return of Hong Kong to China in 1997, because that's when England's 100-year lease, or 99-year lease, ended. Which, of course, was part of the result of the Opium Wars, I believe. History is not my strongest suit. Something about having an open port. They were not interested in foreign trade. It's a weirdly paced level. I'm taking that coin soul just in case. Don't you hate it when you just bull through and fail it? Ripped his font in SMW hacks because you thought it looked good. That's true, actually. Oh no! Son, I am disappointed. You played this, the character cards are different, so no cutscenes. I think there might have been like a pirate version of it at some point. But yeah, that's a soft lock. Means I can't immediately go and approve this when I'm done, which is unfortunate because I don't. I mean, I'm not going to do a full write-up. Roberto Zampari's already messaged me about this. So I'm just going to let him know that that's there. And I presume he can fix it by making that into a non-reactive pipe. Dang it. Yeah, the funny thing is I still don't actually know what they're saying in the Chinese song. I've already checked everything up to the pipe, so I can just kind of waltz through this. For certain values of waltz. Yeah, Fire Flower definitely the better power-up in this area. Right, that's transparent. I have an idea. Oh. It's not spin jumpable, it just freezes you. Okay, then. I don't care for this. Oh no, I got up there. There we go. Song's a sample of I Love... No! I didn't mean to do that twice. I meant to swim upward. Beijing Chinaman. Yeah. That makes sense. It's what I get for stopping to read chat at just the wrong moment. Alright, so some small behind-the-scenes information. Whenever I use the kill command, it actually sets up a stream marker implicitly. And so those will show up when it gets uploaded to YouTube, but there's only one that matters so far. Just gonna wait here in shame. Saw it coming. Boop. Perfect. Okay. Imagine reading chat. I know. I'm not even swimming. I don't know why I immediately pressed up. Mistakes were made. What's interesting is, like, usually in any given hack, like, you can check via Lunar Magic whether or not you have undefined exits. I think there's just a button for it in Lunar Magic. So, probably just wouldn't hurt to press the button and check. Still odd how many times I catch this particular fault. Given, you know, that there is a button to prevent this kind of thing from happening. Oop. I was really hoping I'd get her there. Ah, I just keep running into those. You get a goddamn warning while saving. For Hong Kong 97? didn't even know you could save in that game. I mean, most games pre-SNES did have warnings for saving. On the NES, they were frequent because you needed to like hold power and this to make sure the CPU wouldn't go nuts and overwrite your save sometimes during the shutdown process. I'm not sure it actually affects EverDrives because I've never actually bothered to do it. Now that I think about it, maybe I should. Boop. But I'm a firm believer, having been raised on Sierra Adventure games, to save early and save often. Because in those games, you may just get tortured for not saving early. Or you'll fail to throw the pie at the Yeti and your life will be worse for it. One or the other. Lunar Magic when you're saving. Oh, okay. When you're saving a level, it has an exit enabled. Defined exit. Ah, gotcha. You can disable that. I'm not surprised to hear that somehow. Having never actually done that myself, I was unaware of the warning. Guess another thought occurs. No! I swear those things are path-seeking missiles. Prefer having it on for obvious reasons. Yeah, it seems like a really reasonable warning. Unless you're doing, like, some sort of weird QLDC thing where you might want level 0 exits everywhere. Which is not obvious in the slightest. What's annoying is I've done this part better every single time I've gotten into the tube. I'm willing to bet the midway is right after this room. Much better. Don't you always love being like one jump away from completing something and then dying? Much before being informed if you have a left of screen as undefined? Yeah, definitely. Because it's one of the few things, like, one of the things that's quite clearly in our purview to reject for. Other things are more complicated to explain, but if you trap me in level 0, then yeah, it's going to get rejected, unfortunately. Or I'll, you know, work with you to get a patch out to fix it. Or if it's, like, literally the only thing, I might just go and fix it. It's not unheard of for mods just to go and fix very small problems. I don't do it too often because I'm just not, like, a great lunar magician. But it's not unheard of. I'll do it once in a blue moon. Did it once because I didn't expect the person in question to actually come back if I rejected their hack. So I'm like, well, I'll just fix this one like minor niggling problem. So I did, but then they came back and like wanted to do a second revision anyway. So I was actually pretty impressed. Boom. In standard, it's reasonable to just go and fix things. Yeah. I think some people turn it off when they're moving stuff around and don't feel like going through the hey, some doors lead to a bonus game every time. I could see that. But if it's like Jump 2 where level 0 is a message box and it warped back to Yoshi's house, then it wouldn't be a soft lock and be much less of a problem. I had to fix it's an issue with your Hong Kong 97 font since the coloring issue. Great. Ice Queen. Coloring issue on the number 4. Huh. For Kaiser, you don't like door mazes. It's a good call, Zucati. How you doing? Hope your phone issue has not been substantially irritating. Also, the game that this track is from is awesome, in case you've never played it. I'm off. Actually, legitimately free. Oh, those are spiky. It's Jazz Jackrabbit's Christmas hair? I forget which one it is. But it's basically a freeware episode of Jazz Jackrabbit you can play. It's not terribly... Or Holiday Hair. Jeez. Alliteration here, Pat. Take a moment. Consider my options. Yep. Jazz Jackrabbit 2 vibes. I mean, that makes sense given it's from a Jazz Jackrabbit 1 thing. I was really expecting something to happen there. Alright, that didn't spawn. That's a little weird. Evil Christmas music, yeah. Is this on EGS? I don't know. Yeah, it's from Holiday Hair. Was it last year? I played Holiday Hair for a bit on stream. It had some problems with the whole screen jumping, which was a little annoying, but ultimately not really that much of a problem, and now I know how to fix it. Basically just bounce between resolutions for like a few seconds and it'll work. Which I wasn't aware of. Maybe it wasn't last year. It was the year before that. Oh, great. Crap. Ice physics. There we go. It's literally a door to the second half of the level, so hard to fuck up. A little slow today, fair. Have to wash your dishes. I hate doing dishes! Making a Kefka bot next. This chase audio will be Kefka's theme, while the kill audio will be his iconic laugh. I like it. Yeah, I was gonna... Oh, DGA, right. I was gonna say you could just get it off archive.org. Like, didn't see that coming. Like, typically anytime I need to commit any sort of convenient piracy, I just... Old school piracy, I just go to archive.org. Just because it's there. In fact, someone asked me on YouTube videos, like, how do you get a copy of this game? I've been looking for it forever. And I'm like, it's just here. Just go get your ISO. I don't think I'll get in trouble for this. It's not like the Discovery Channel cares. Why do I keep doing that? It's like, I mean, it still kind of is. Like, abandonware is not a real, like, legal theory, as much as I'd like it to be one. Technically speaking, Discover or someone else still owns the rights to the two Team Extreme games. But it's unlikely any of them will start enforcing copyright just because, like, seriously, it's a kid's game made in Macromedia Director. Do you honestly think anyone's going to bother the legal time and money to deal with that kind of thing? Yep, that sucked. Let's you behind door number 4. Welcome to my ice castle, human plumber. I was brainwashed by Rougenia Merald and forced to do her bidding. You're a worthy opponent. Isn't this thing a Digimon? Honestly, don't know. My name is Chackmon. That makes sense, actually. The human spirit of ice form Digimon Frontier. From the Digimon Frontier. Okay. Do you have strength to fight Rougenia Merald? I cannot pronounce these things to save my life. Freeze me, or I'll freeze you to death. Okay. It was brainwashed, I know this. He's nicely animated. Oh, he froze me. He's nicely animated. Oh, I guess Holiday Hair wouldn't be piracy. No, it wouldn't. I spaced on that. Holiday Hair is like completely freeware. That's kind of the point, because it was just shareware to get people to buy more Jazz Jackrabbit. Let me tell you about the person who brainwashed me. Yep. It's that kind of a plot. I feel more optimistic about this next go. Not a custom Mario boss unless it stuns you and shakes the ground. Yup. Okay. Apparently he has a gun. Apparently I'm an idiot. Always flies. Dang, I wanted to land on him. And then he skis. Oh no. I was too amused by this skiing animation. Wait, what? Oh, why didn't 3 spawn? Only 1 spawned. For a side special, he wields a gun. True. True. Small gun. I mean, the coconut gun fires in spurts. If it shoots you, it's gonna hurt. Honkai 97 font doesn't require custom palette, being a 32. Oh, nice. It's convenient when things don't require custom palettes. Because I don't think I've seen a lot of fonts that require custom palettes, period, in my playthroughs, except the occasional, like, I want to have red colored text. Some people will do from time to time. That's not annoying. Had to make a Luigi yellow graphics? Interesting. I didn't realize that was a thing. For custom graphics. I guess it does make, or custom fonts, I guess it does make a degree of sense. Just not something I'm familiar with. Okay, it's actually random how much shit this guy throws at me. And I can watch for the gap to tell. It's one of those, once Pat sees it 3 times, it's no longer that hard. Chackmon disappeared, but Luigi knows he will fight him again. Luigi found a pipe near the castle that will lead to CROSTATA Canyon. Okay. CROSTATA. Some people may want to use it with Vanilla Switch Pal's name. That's fair. Oddly complicated moveset for a boss you only get 5 times. I think it was mostly like common boss, new boss stuff, but I could be wrong on that. All the bosses seem to run away. Is there a boss rush level? Not yet. There might be. I've never played a Zampari hack before, so I really don't know what to expect in some ways. Fun fact, the yellow part of the Yellow Switch Palace level uses special characters to the name of it. Yes, I am aware of that one. It doesn't come up much, but I'm definitely familiar with Luigi Yellow. Alright. I'm going to get up for a really quick stretch break. And then we'll see what this blue level's all about. Be right back. Same thing with Forest of Illusion. Interesting. Okay, it's time to go right. And it's full of moles! Piranha Plant Pack is not one of my favorite things in existence. Here we go. Oh. This is going to be a persistent thought, isn't it? Hence the name Illugi Yellow in Lunar Magic. The first time I encountered the term Illugi Yellow was in, I think, Jump Half. Ooh, these are fun. There's a level where everything that's yellow is non-existent, which is kind of hard to work your head around, and occasionally asks you questions such as, is this mole yellow? Though I don't think there's any moles, but like I was like, well, is a Chuck yellow? I don't really know. It's a weird level, even for a jump hack. No, maybe not even for a jump hack. Remember that level? Everyone said we couldn't jump on chain chomps. It's not spiky. It's got lots of teeth. I think that the teeth might be the reason you can't jump on it. Alright, well here's an exit. Nope. I'm not going to suffer that thing to live. If I can do away with them, I will. Teeth are on the side. Will you jump on its smooth round head? That's fair. I guess the same argument would apply to, like, Mario and Mario 64. Like, you should be able to jump on the big chain chomp's head without any repercussions, but it doesn't work out that way. Alright, that was one exit. One make ASM where you could change Mario's palette to ignore different colors of sprites, but you got bored. I think every single project I've heard you take on, Jeff, is one of those things you probably shouldn't see in a standard hack, but would always fit in well with QLDC levels. I guess Pinky was perfectly fine, though. Nothing wrong with a carryable triangle. But diagonal green beans are definitely evil. What's up, Woman Vintage? How you doing? Ah, okay. How far did I get last time? I know where my turnoff is, right there. Benefits of multiple capes. Yes, capes. Right, so I've been through there. Don't need to do that again. Good, just woke up. Nice. Who's been harmful to jump on for so long? People are born with the knowledge along with the Contra Code and Batman's parents being murdered. It's 1 a.m. where you are. It's 1 a.m. where I am too. It's just how I roll. Mostly late at night. I probably could have gotten started a little bit earlier, but I want to do a little bit of cleaning. Got some people coming over on Friday, so I figured it's better to get ahead of myself. This level's blue tinted. I'm kind of expecting to need to come through another time, but like I also should just test the midway while I'm here. Didn't need to do that in that order, but I felt like doing it. Yeah, I was trying to think like what else I want to do for the Halloween season. Gabriel Knight, very high on the list. I think I might put it to like a votes at some point, what I should do. Because I've got a whole bunch of stuff I could do. Got some weird, like Windows DOS stuff I could do. A few things at least. Kind of want to play Costume Quest again. It's been a number of years. Are you kidding me, please? No, that was the right thing to do! Hooray. Well, for some values of right. This is fine. 5. It's a proof of concept, basically checks which color palette the sprites are using, and then if they match Mario's, you ignore them. Interesting. I feel like you could use this for some interesting puzzle levels. Instead of using colored, colored switches, you could use colored Marios. Like colored switch blocks, you could use color Mario. That would be interesting. Don't get under them all. It's just not a good idea. Undermine the vole. You've got no chutzpah. And your accounting is lackluster. Yeah, I never actually put away my random Halloween game CDs from last year. Yep, the random secret exit that takes you back a few levels, a few worlds. Actually, one world. I don't know, it might actually prove important to be able to easily travel between areas, because like there are a lot of exits. Having a more dense map does actually help me, or more edgeful map actually can help me. Oop. But we'll see when the time comes. Man, I hate those things. Right. Main issue, do this for fun, so you lose some interest. Your chances are it's never going to be used. That's fair. No, it's definitely one of those... They always jump where I don't want them to be. It's one of those, like, if you teamed up with somebody for, like, QLDC, I can imagine it going quite well. And plus, I'm a bit of a sucker for, like, color mazes like that. I think that Systems Twilight had a similar maze arrangement, though not exactly implemented the same way, being a, like, System 7 game. I'm kind of surprised that that hasn't gotten a port to something. Since it's still stuck there in, like, System 7 land, if you really want to play it, you need to download a old-school Mac emulator, which just isn't great. Like, Mac emulation kind of sucks still. It might always suck, just because there's not enough interest. Like, I think people still recommend using Basilisk 2, and Basilisk 2 was, like, the state-of-the-art around when, like, ZSNES was still the state-of-the-art. Oh, come on now. Well, one of these is a feather. I don't want the feather. Looked up. Wait, oh, come on now. Common knowledge of Batman. Parents dying, and you find a core. If Batman's parents are dead, then how was he born? Truly gets the dog in trouble. Oh my. Wonder if anyone knows there's unused tiles in 33, the file that has the animated tiles, Yoshi, Potobos, and unused tiles that are X tiles or placeholders. I couldn't tell you. How you doing, Hero Lay and Salty? It truly is a question for the ages. It's questions like that that truly make me miss Yahoo Answers. I want to use a Waluigi board. Do I need to buy one from a Witcher vegan? Okay, I found a secret bonus area, not a secret exit. If this thing had 4 exits, I don't know how I would have taken it. And because of how I've done this, I have to do this a 3rd time. Because I didn't actually see the level beyond there. Probably should have died so I could use the midway, but... Say, Libby. Alright. For moderation edification. Now, one thing that I'm perfectly fine with doing, after having beaten a good chunk of the level, many a time, is completely flying over it. Yeah, Waluigi board was from... Well, yes, one of the things... It was one of the things from Answers. There's a great YouTube video where someone groups a bunch of these together. all these questions about Ouija boards. Still a weird thing. Along with all of the questions about all of the misspellings of pregnant. Am I pregnant? I pregante is probably my favorite. That was like the dumbest way I could have done that. I have to make my own wedgie, or can I buy one from a Witcher vegan? Yep. Truly one of the best questions of all time. That's a cute setup right there. Okay, don't go in that pipe, otherwise I'll have to redo all this nonsense. Not this pipe, this pipe. Still say pregante over pregnant. It's just too much fun to say. It's like saying caliente instead of spicy. It's just more fun to say. Pregante. Alright, you can kill these things with capes. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making that harder than it needs to be. Yeah, I probably should just like catalog all of the theoretical Halloween games and put them somewhere accessible. Make a poll. Last time I streamed, Desi had a really good suggestion for one that I had forgotten about. I think I already own this point-and-click adventure game called Franbo, which I thought looked cute at the time. I still think looks cute. Alright, same thing. Not really sure. I guess because the other one's like a special bypass. Also doing, just had a burst of backlog cleanup at work. Because EP, but also haven't got enough time in yesterday, so low energy win. Fair. Beats Pregante. Devil May Cry. Gonna be hard getting used to your name being a different color, Zucati, and a much different length. So behind the scenes secret here, I use my own chat client that has its own coloring for each person's name. Based upon a thing that if I tell people what it is, they might try to game it, so I'm not going to tell you. It's a solo exit level, right? But it's weird to see someone's name be a different color spontaneously. Though I've seen it happen before. It's not common. It's proven to actually be like a really good call on my part, because like names that have similar colors, similar length, and similar first letters are really easy to get mixed up. And Twitch only allows like what, 16 colors by default? Like it's not very many. Unless you pay for Twitch Turbo, in case you can have any color, including like blindingly white, to mess with people. Based on the longest English word you can write with all the letters in their name? Yes, clearly. That is the obvious and correct answer. One of the problems with having a programmer or security-heavy audience is that if you tell people things, they might actually do things based upon them. That will make your life worse. Or with friends like mine. (24-bit RGB? Yes, it is 24-bit RGB. I will at least admit that. I don't think there's any shame in admitting I'm not using opacity. I'm keeping the opacity completely opaque, because I don't need transparency here. Live in GMT 7 time zone? I think that's the one I live in. I think I live in Pacific time. I only recently learned that other countries in the world have different names for their time zones. So like Brazil has time zone overlap with the United States, but I think due to like DST reasons they have different time zones. Or maybe just because they want to have their own time zone names. I don't know. But it was something I learned recently. Much like the thing I also learned recently, don't do that. That was a terrible move. These guys. Dang panzers. Do appreciate the arrows telling me to go to the right. Haven't any real programming over 15 years. Fair. I did some real programming today. And also filled out a bunch of form data that no one's ever probably going to look at. I think we're almost completely done with the integration that has been a nightmare. One of the people I've been working with on it is a very patient woman in real life. And when I woke up this afternoon, read an email that she'd sent to one of the people trying to help us integrate, and it was quite clear that she was very irate. But only because I know her well enough to know what her irate sounds like. It was otherwise incredibly polite. Programming you're doing is music porting? I mean, it's still programming. You're writing things. I mean, like, it's kind of like how making a MIDI, in some ways, is a form of programming. I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. Oh, Leprechaun. That works. See? There's a reason why I implement almost all my rewards as chat commands. It makes my life easier when things go a little awry. So I can just fix them. We are a long way off from Leprechaun Day, though. Finally, Green Mario. Maybe I should alias this to Green Mario. There are various aliases in the system to make things slightly easier. So people don't have to type out full things, or if there's multiple reasonable names for a single one. Also, it used to be used to change the name in the upper left-hand corner, but due to various HUD things, it turned out to be mildly incompatible a lot of the time, so I've just turned that off for like 2 years. And by turned off, I mean commented out. Maybe I'll bring it back one day. Maybe. But it's also kind of fun because, like, when you guys draw a random one, you might not be able to guess what the actual name is. Secret exit. Fifth pipe. No checkpoint. Feathers only. Final destination. There's also a Luigi sprite base in Super Mario World itself, which is literally Green Mario. That is true. I don't actually have support for that one. We have more different Luigi. The one from All-Stars. Well, shoot. No strategy, you just fight as hard as you can. I think it usually says just... It might not, I don't know. Now think about it. I think it usually echoes back the string it's given. Have to check. Okay, I think I understand now. No, I don't understand. She Japanese rude. The only, like, character the only thing I think of when you say Japanese rude is, like, Rude from Final Fantasy VII now. It was already pretty laconic. I imagine in Japanese he might say less. Just off to you? That's fair. I don't like the way he jumps. I find it slightly unnerving. Something about the way he tucks his legs in as if he's, like, pumping on a swing. I think that's the fifth one, and I suspect the answer is I have to come in there under the correct constraints. Yeah, that pipe was too high. I can't check it and do it. Don't like he spits out fireballs? That I don't remember enough of. It's a very spin-jumpy level. Oh, gotcha. Instead of calling you names, they refer to you without due respect. Gotcha. No. It's just clearly that she was expressing her frustration in a way that makes sense if you knew her. But still very polite. I didn't see it spawn. Joke's on them, don't have due respect anyway. Nope, just due north up there in Canada. I don't think that joke made any sense. That's okay. Probably. Get a power-up, immediately get hurt. It's how it goes. These things happen. I don't know why, but stretches always kind of freaked me out a bit. Going all the way back to Mario 3. Like, I just don't deal well with stretch. I think it has something to do with the RNG nature of where it'll pop up next. Like, you cannot make good inference about where stretch is going to show up after the brief reprieve. Makes it rather hard to deal with at times. No. Okay, I love the big Eerie. Like, see what I mean right there? Like, he could have popped up anywhere else, but no, it's exactly where I was standing. Oh, you can pop on the head of those. That's interesting. You spin me right round, baby, right round. It was a gamble. Power up, please. Nope. Okay. This time shall be different. Alright, cool. We did it. We made it to the end. Tight pipe confines. Just the name crostata making me hungry. I think it's because it sounds like tostada, which is a, like, Mexican food. It's kind of like a taco, but flatter. I'm not really sure why they exist, honestly. But they can be tasty, but they're difficult to eat because they tend to break the first time you, like, bite into one. It's a very odd food. That might have already screwed me over here. Who knows? Maybe I can find another mushroom so I can get my cape in time. Or we'll completely sidestep the issue. Completely. Okay, you know what actually has been quite good recently? Something that apparently a lot of Japanese streamers have been playing is this watermelon game. Or also known as Suika game because it's the Japanese word for watermelon. But it's basically a, like, combine adjacent objects kind of game. So you drop a cherry. If it touches another cherry, it turns into a strawberry, and so forth, until you get a watermelon, which is what you really want. And there's a HTML5 version I've been playing every once in a while, and it's actually a lot of fun. But then, like, the first time I got a watermelon the other day, I refreshed to play again, and they had somehow broken the game, which was really quite odd. Dang it. Heard of it, but haven't looked it up? Yeah, may as well. Damn. There's like a Switch version too, if you have access to the Japanese Switch store, which does look a lot better and probably plays a bit better, but this one is perfectly serviceable. Because it's very much in that sort of like Flash game era where everybody's kind of copying everyone, aka tower defense except X kind of thing. But yeah, they removed the physics simulation part, and so like instead of when they merge together, you get like fun like popping noises and everything. It just like instantly all slurps together in one frame, and I'm like, how do you even make a mistake like that? What an odd thing to happen. They fixed it like a day later, but still, it was weird. And it definitely removed some of the charm. Like absolutely some of the charm is like not knowing exactly how the pop is gonna work. This is fine too. Is right to duck jump. Okay. Fifth pipe, no checkpoint, feather only. Switch is still in a drawer, not charged for like a month. Not surprised. I tend to use my Switch in like fits and bursts. I imagine I'll get some more use out of it once, Are you kidding me? The two major games that I'm interested in come out soon. Namely Mario Wonder and Mario RPG Remastered. I am so curious what they're going to do with that, because they have to make some sort of like post-game or something, especially with like the fact that they're making some of the game a lot easier with timed hits doing AoE damage. Which I think is cute. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I'm just kind of hoping they throw in like some super bosses. Like Square always wants to throw Sephiroth into any property they can. Maybe they'll be Sephiroth. Though we can of course claim that they were copying Armageddon at that point. Kind of hoping that one would come out first, because it's definitely the one I'd like to play sooner. Wonder would be fun, but I don't know what I'll do with it. It might be an on-stream game. It might not be an on-stream game. I'm just not sure yet. Mario RPG Remastered, though, is definitely an on-stream game. When I get around to that, which will probably be quite a bit later. I think I'm already hosed again, but it doesn't hurt to get more practice in. Fifth pipe, no checkpoint. Kind of hoping I don't need a feather. I think it's just saying that, like, feathers are the only available power-up for that area. It's not that one. Those eerie spawns are placed so perfectly to be really annoying. It's either third or fourth, because I wasn't keeping very good track. I think you need to have a cape. There must be some sort of like active block filter there to prevent you from using it without cape. But coming in big will at least net me more cape. So better odds. Not to mention cape just makes, you know, things easier in general. Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I'll take my Switch when I go and do some traveling for Thanksgiving. I was thinking like I might be able to do like some capture stuff with it. But then I'm like, man, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to set up if I'm visiting at my mother's house. I've come up with a solution for streaming there, but it's not a good solution. Okay, like I said, I'll still come out with more capes. But yeah, if I was doing that, I'd have to play either through OBS, which isn't ideal, typically, because most capture cards introduce at least a few frames of lag, and timed hits being what they are, you don't want that. Or I need to drag a monitor outside, which would suck, because I don't want to do that either. Probably means that any streaming I do on the fly is going to be relegated to the will it work on my M1 Mac category. Which isn't great as a category. Some games work, some games don't. Alright, one more try. Then I'm just going to move on because this is irritating. I think that's the 5th pipe. I'm going to have to double check my count because I'm not paying that much attention to what I'm doing. I mean, the question, I guess, is 5th pipe from what? Like, maybe my count is off because I'm not starting in the right place. Maybe 5th pipe in the entire level? But no midway would imply that it's in the next room. Ow. But then again, all the secret exits have always been before the midways so far. It's like the 3rd pipe overall. 4th. Conceptually, it could be that one. That's a pipe. Get spin jump on those things, though, so it's like really hard to get into them. The area around the other one looks more likely. Yeah, no checkpoint. The fact that it's before the checkpoint. I understand nothing of what was just told to you. Which thing? I've just been kind of rambling because I don't know what to do here. Everything? Well, everything you know is wrong. Black is white up and down, and everything you thought was really so important doesn't really matter anymore because the simple fact of things that everything you know is wrong. Got distracted by the fruit game. It's really good. Not proficient in Japanese. It's not easy. But you don't have to understand any of the Japanese to play the fruit game. It's like legitimately just fun and you just drop fruit. You might need to look at the fruit cycle to know what's going on. And I don't even know which fruit is which, though I think that they do actually list the names out in Japanese. Or at least something very similar to the names. They might be personified. As is frequently the case with Japanese things. Since it doesn't seem like your message was sent, I'm gonna crash your ass and have a good... Oh, yeah, sleep well, Zucati. Surprised your message didn't get sent. Wonder what's up with that. I've had more than one person complain about that, so I might check to see if my auto mod settings have gotten, like, messed up. Because I have it off. And it should stay off. Because I don't want auto mod on. It's not my jam. Yeah, I think I'm stuck again. One more try. It's a long effing route to get to that. Some surprisingly tight platforming. Or I'll just fall off. One way or the other. Yeah. It's one of the problems with repetitive levels is you kind of run out of stuff to talk about in the level itself. Because I've been in this level for, it feels like a long time, but I know that when I actually look it up on stream, it'll be like, oh, I only spent 20 minutes in that level. Not so bad. Oh, balls. Recoverable, but irritating. I was gonna fall off there. Don't they forcibly re-enabled it recently again, but I don't know. It doesn't hurt to check, but yeah, automod's not my jam. Generally trust people to, you know, speak decently. I haven't had a problem with it yet. If I have a problem with it one day, I'll turn it on and be grateful or something, but that day is not today. I think it's a perfectly fine solution for a lot of people, but it's just not something I care about. And some people don't like certain things and can use it. I can block the word Belgium. I'm pretty happy with that. That's the extent of what I wanted to do. That and things that will just generally make spam bots not get shown. I find that to be quite helpful. Anywhere else. If he jumped anywhere else. Just turn it off. It's not for you either. I'm kind of curious now. See if we can find it. Settings stream? Settings channel? Nope. Oh, moderation. Probably that. Yep, it's off. It's all off, which is weird. Yeah. I don't know what would have caused it to happen. Automod is off, clearly. Maybe Twitch is just flaky. As happens. Sometimes. Alright. I keep saying one more try, but here we are. I'm debating just cheating to have a cape there to see if that's actually what I'm supposed to do. Because, like, if my idea is wrong, I have wasted a lot of time trying to make something work that just is not going to work. In a level where it's somewhat frustrating to hold on to power-ups. Twitch has been occasionally eating your messages. I've been hearing that from a lot of people, which I find very disconcerting. Like, someone last stream mentioned posting lyrics to a song that wasn't even body in the slightest. And yeah, no, like, that kind of thing should just go through, and I don't know why. I can't imagine Zuccotti having a very spicy I'm going to bed message for some reason. I guess I could see it, but, like, I don't think it was likely this time, being a spicy one. Unintentionally. Maybe people have invented some new racial slurs that I'm just not aware of. And now we can't use certain words and I'm just not aware of it. What's up, Farah? How you doing? Don't think it's moderation related. That probably is the case. It's probably just Twitch being Twitch and being unreliable. Because Twitch is programmed by iguanas. Tier 3 sub. Fell off. That would solve the problem for some people, I imagine. I don't know. Currently in this ghost house that claims that it has a secret exit if you do something right. So I need to hold on to a cape all the way to this specific pipe. Dealing with Stretch that likes to spawn directly underneath me. Okay, outside of being locked out of most of your accounts, get your password list. Oof. Plus L plus ratio. I don't know what that means, and now I'm vaguely... Worried. Yeah, I hope you manage to get your computer up and running again soonish, because that sucks when it happens. Hope nothing actually fried. Oh, I fell off. It happens. Happens a lot. It's the Luigi ratio. On to offness. You're memeing, don't worry about it. Alright. I will not worry about it. There we go. It was not easy to hold onto a cape in. You are welcome to worry about it. Only reason you can talk to Zankin is because Zankin's on your phone. That makes sense. I kind of figured it was something like that, given I know how you use that account. Okay. Good odds to actually get there. With cape. With 2 cape. I should have been paying attention to the number of pipes. It was that pipe? Those are destructible blocks. I thought it was the one in the middle. I spent so much time trying to get there because I can't count. Oh, and it's a ghost. Alright. In retrospect, I was really dumb. Good enough. Is 2 cape 2 packs cousin. I mean, if you want to call him that, it's no biggie. How's the Roberto experience? It's been interesting. I fought a Digimon. I'm gonna fight GUTSMAN. This sounds awesome. GUTSMAN! Da-da! It's one of my favorite really stupid internet videos is the GUTSMAN's ass meme. Where Mega Man can clearly identify GUTSMAN by his ass. Repeatedly. And Cutman here to take my cut! This one's only single exit, so that should make this a little less irritating than the last level. Ooh, mini saws! That's really cute. Like, they're functionally equivalent to Sparky, but still. You gotta respect the effort, that's cute. I'm gonna miss that. Cutman, also known as the IRS. You know, I want to argue with you, but somehow I can't. Just start showing up everywhere. Yep. Didn't even try to get the P-switch jump there, and that just makes me sad. These ants are so weird. I don't think I've ever seen them in another hack. Nor have I seen the platforms that randomly dump you outside of actual Mega Man games. I forget if you can kill panzers by spin jumping on them. I think when you spin jump on a panzer, all it does is hurt you. Brilliant. It'd matter if I wasn't about to die. Gab-Yoal? Is that what those things are called? There was no way I was gonna guess that. My brilliant plan wasn't as brilliant as I'd hoped. It's the tax man. I mean, you know, ultimately, all the Robot Masters were originally supposed to have productive uses. I could totally see Cutman being an IRS enforcer. Like, I'm pretty sure the first game, they were all supposed to be, like, construction robots of sorts. I don't think I'm happy with that trade now that I think about it. I think later ones got a little bit off topic there. As Wily got braver or something. Yeah, without a cape, that part's a little bit harder. Your constant use of projectiles is making it difficult for me to collect my money. Mega Man 3 and 5 are just kill Mega Man, but Ring and Skull are also combat robots. How would he enforce? Oh, it'd cut you, man. It'd cut you so bad. Gonna make you wish he hadn't cut you up so bad. Look, if a giant robot made of scissors came to your place and said, I want my taxes, you'd pay him the taxes, because he might just cut off parts. Various extremities that people have. It's not ideal, but it's the world we live in. I sure hope that thing comes back. That was a terrible jump. Absolutely terrible. Too early. I definitely have slowed down a bit for this one. Actually, 55 is better than I thought I was doing. Let's see, hour 45 in. 55 exits means that I've gotten a bit shy of 20. Proper care afterwards? This is the federal government we're talking about. No! Good luck. This isn't Canada. Actually, I have no idea if in Canada they would either. Really wanted to keep the cape. Bad luck with projectiles. Really feel like I should use a stolen joke here about not making a mountain out of a moil, but it might be a little inappropriate at this point. Okay, it would be nice if we had the double hit patch, but I don't think it's actually mattered outside of that moment up until now. There would be a delay, but it would be there. Well, there you go, see? After you pay taxes, and you have an extremity removed, you'll eventually get care. Isn't it grand? Okay, I want to keep that guy off screen. I want to keep that guy dead. That's how that sentence ends. I don't like those things at all. Take things slow for a bit. Once you get back into Twitch, you'll be streaming again. Gonna do commissions on the side. Help with the price. Oh, nice. I really should commission something. You know, for the purposes of commissioning things. I never commission things. I really should. I like the idea of doing it. I like to support artists. I just never have any good ideas. I was at the end of the level. Laptop isn't as good as your tower, but it's certainly not incapable. Okay, nice. I was worried you had no computing power, but I'm glad to hear you have some still. Because, yeah, that would suck. Zaken, a.k.a. Farolicious, his PSU broke, or died the other day. And when a PSU dies, it's debatable whether or not the entire computer may have gone with. So I'm kind of hoping for his sake that it didn't. Would never know what to actually commission. That's my problem. The few times I've come up with, like, actual emotes to commission, I was, like... Actually, the cat and watermelon thing, I was really sick, and it came to me in a dream. The cat watermelon orb thing. And then the butter one, Pat Cutter Butter, was also, like, one of those, like... I think Fisk might have recommended it as an idea. I ran with it and was like, this is a good idea, even though no one's going to understand what's going on here. And no one in practice will use this. I have zero regrets on that one, though. I got both of them made by a guy who I think goes by the name 10. I mean, I went and made it so like you can look up the name of the artist who made it on Twitch, I think. Giving him the artist badge if you so choose to come in here and talk. Color palette? Yeah, sometimes things mess up a little bit. This is not the default Luigi thing, so I'm not worried about it. It's just the nature of, like, the chat hacking interface. So sometimes things go a little awry, and you just have to roll with it. It's certainly not the worst color palette I've ever seen. Ryzen 5 is in this thing, so it could probably handle streaming. Oh, I'm certain. Streaming is not as computationally intensive as you might expect. Depending upon, like, quality and what you're doing. Like, but if you're just streaming, like, ROM hacks in one of the reasonable emulators, AAE, SNES 9X, you're probably fine. And Knuckles Discuss. Yeah, that's another one no one ever uses. I had a plan once to, like, make emotes based upon game requests, and then I have gotten... It'd be wrong to say I've gotten distracted. It's like I have ideas for them, and then I don't actually follow through. Yeah, if you're streaming old stuff, you'll be fine. Pretty much. Like, old school, emulated stuff is pretty light on the CPU nowadays compared to what it was. Like, BSNES used to require a pretty beefy Pentium 4, and now it doesn't. Well, now things have advanced so far, it doesn't actually really matter. Trying to decide what to do here. I think the right answer is die, unfortunately. Gonna stick to streaming off your consoles for a while. Mainly the way to learn, the load on your laptop is lower. Oh, that's fair. I guess I forgot you could probably have USB streaming devices like everyone else does nowadays, instead of it being like an actual card thing. That makes sense. And yeah, that was made for the Chex Finder stream, and by made I mean I went and stole it from Windows 98 ICO or resource files. And the other one I also stole from Monkey Island resource files, but it was a pain in the butt to actually get out of that. Like, let me tell you, finding a resource thing that could extract that part of Guybrush and actually worked was an absolute nightmare. So, Hawaluta, thanks for the good luck. I have to ask, though I probably shouldn't. How was Kamek? So I have this dread feeling that I might have caught like your 1 PB for the evening that was like 3 minutes into the stream. Had to solve a puzzle. Yes, I did have to solve a puzzle. It was a puzzle of compilation. I think that it turned out that there were like a few different resource viewers, some of which were better than others. And the one that ended up working was actually written in Go, and I had to compile it myself because that's how Go works. You can't simply download a Go executable, even though they're statically linked. You always have to build your own ones. So it is. Been on the shell a number of times. So in short, bad. Oof. Mega oof. My condolences. Yeah, I think I've heard from, like, Juz that boss really didn't come out the way he wanted it to really be. I think most people would say that it's one of the lower points of Invictus, just because of, like, how different and tenor it is from the rest of the game in terms of difficulty. I.e., if I were to play Invictus, I might just give up right before that point. Because, like, I like levels, but this kind of boss that's basically a long-ass auto-scroller does not appeal to me. I mean, defended might be a strong word. I just remember talking about it on stream once and saying, yeah, I had this idea for how the boss was gonna be, and then it didn't really turn out the way he wanted in the end, is my understanding. This may or may not be correct. It's somewhat possible I hallucinated this. Just gonna go with somewhat there instead of very. I think it to be the case. But 2X Suex Strack and cheeses the hell. I'm not surprised. Suex a clever guy. Learn Strat just feels bad after all this effort. Yeah. No, it's one of those things like where you... Once you're so close, you really just want to see it through. Whereas I have the foresight to know that I don't want to do it. I guess you might have also had the foresight, but still. I didn't want either of those things. Okay. Well, shoot. I'm just gonna beat the level, because that's not what I wanted. I need to do the other half of that, and that was stupid. Moderation problems. I just did this wrong, and it's completely my fault. Surprised that there's new cheese, at least in the 1.0. Oh, so this is a 1.0 versus 1.1 thing? I'm actually kind of curious, because like I know that Juz released a 1.1 release like a million years ago. Only in his Discord, but it's also on Xandro's database. I know, because V was asking about that at some point in the recent past. And I don't know why Juz doesn't just submit it. I don't think any of the moderators would complain about having a lap through Invictus. Like, I just can't imagine Eldad or BK or... Glitchcat certainly wouldn't be mad at it. He'd probably be like, oh man, this is going to be an easy moderation. I could literally do this in my sleep. Because I think he was the Invictus, like, record holder for a long time. Maybe I'm thinking of a different hack. Like, I don't think Glitchcat would complain. Neither Shoved or Amethyst would complain about a lap through Invictus, I'd imagine, either. If I'd already beaten it, I probably wouldn't complain either. Invictus is good. 1.2 to fix the Kamek hardlock. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Like, I think you didn't want to bug the moderators, but like, there's been so much worse since then. What am I doing? I need the Fire Flower. After all, there's Mid-Air Mastery. Like, it just exists and is on SMW Central and was moderated. I am not happy with how this has gone. Blame your brother for that one. That's fair. How you doing, Dill? Pop. Alright. Yeah, I do remember the submission statement on that one, which was like, yeah, sorry about this. No, not again! Oh, actually, this is fine. Sick with COVID, but much better than yesterday or the day before. Oh, nice. Sucks to be sick in general, COVID or otherwise. But glad to hear you're on the mend. Being sick is unideal. Okay, this is fine. Why is this fine? Because I can do this. And save my Fire Flower for later. In case this guy kills me. Oh. Okay. Now to be careful. Because... No. No, I'm sniping you. I don't trust you. There we go. This hack does not make this sort of thing easy. I think lead boomerangs are predictable. For moderation purposes, I have to take that pipe. Which means I get to do this loop again. If I was just playing, I wouldn't do this. But as a moderator, I have to take every pipe that I can. Because that's just how I roll. In terms of moderation. Right. What? Oh, okay. I'm so confused about that behavior. Glad I don't have much of a cough. Your throat's still messed up from throat infection from June of last year. Followed directly by you getting COVID. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, getting sick and then going into being sick is just not fun. Double sick. I can wait to have patience, because patience is a wonderful thing. I don't know if I need this mole yet or not. Oh, I guess I don't really. There goes the mole. I think I've been fortunate to avoid getting sick since, like, I don't know. I got a little bit of a bout earlier. I think I must have had one, like, in May. I was, looking at my Dark Souls VOD and cutting that together, and then there's a bit where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get up to get, like, the bottle of vitamin C now. I'll be right back. Which I thought was actually pretty funny. But need to do some more work on that VOD before I can publish it to YouTube. What I've learned is pretty much anything I do is reasonable YouTube fodder, except first-person shooters. Those do horribly. Everything else does okay. But first-person shooters do not do well on YouTube, for me. Okay, my instinct there was completely wrong. It's a dual exit level, so I need to be on the lookout for a pipe that will take me places. I'm doing it! I'm defeating the math! It's got the vague feeling there's gonna be a green P switch around here somewhere. Called it, unfortunately. The sad thing is... Oh, never mind. It's like there's gonna be a lot of surface area, and I can't go backwards because of the way these pipes work. Or because of the way number platforms work, so it doesn't matter. My thoughts were completely irrelevant. Also, it's weird that these things are red and they throw hammers. Whatever. That's just the nature of them. They're angry hammer bros. They've surpassed their greenness. So hope you TJB and you can make it to Portland Retro Game. Oh yeah! That's happening soonish. That's like 2 weeks from now. Or not quite, like 10 days or something. That is soon. You got a week and change. You could definitely be on the mend. I believe in your immune system. And chicken soup and other such things. The power of chicken soup compels you. Portland Retro Game Expo, I think? I went last year. It was kind of cool. Met a few people. Earthmelon, TJB. Think Fen? I'm not really sure. The way I chose to do it was not the way to do those sorts of things, where you decide at the last minute you're going to drive down and make no actual preparations. Fine, what about TJB since he hasn't got it? Fair. Chicken soup does do wonders? Absolutely. Lots of nice nutrients in that. Amongst other things, like chicken. And my understanding about, like, soup is, like, it has lots of good stuff that comes out that's, like, water and fat soluble when you boil the bones and everything for so long, is my vague understanding. But I don't quote me on that. I'm not a chicken expert. Dang it. Cannot get the jump to save my life. Midway! I'm keeping the cape! As I slide into the waterfall. Yeah, it was different than I expected. I expected it to be very much like the one in Tacoma, where it's mostly arcade machines and pinball. In fact, mostly pinball is how I would describe the arcade pinball show in Tacoma. Whereas the Portland Game Show had some things like that. It also had a lot of just general retro stuff. So, like, I played E.T. on a 2600. It took me a while to realize what I was doing wrong was that I was holding the controller upside down. Not one of my brighter moments, I'll be honest. And then a lot of people selling, like, secondhand stuff, like very big flea market sort of appeal there. So, like, if you're looking to buy weird gaming stuff, that is definitely your place compared to the Seattle one. Because, like, the Tacoma one, I mean, aside from Buzz Girl, I don't think they really sold anything that wasn't like, I need a replacement ramp for my pinball machine. And I think the last time I went, Buzz Girl wasn't there anyway. So that wasn't even an option. Spent a lot of money last year? Oh yeah. Easy to do so. I saw my tankard for the soda place. Not sure why I bought that. The soda wasn't even all that good. Or maybe I'm just not that much into grape soda anymore. Yeah, what I bought, the thing I bought, I did actually stream. I forgot about that. I bought a CDI game, quote-unquote game, Children's Compton Encyclopedia. And since that was this year's April Fool's Day theme, I ended up streaming The Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe and the Compton's Encyclopedia. And there was another encyclopedia, or no, it wasn't the Compton's, it was the Treasures of the Smithsonian. That was what I bought and streamed. That was actually really cool. One arrow alone can easily be broken, but many arrows are indestructible. Genghis Khan! Those are gonna get me every time. I'm just not ready for a thwomp to jump that way. If you want a statement that inspires derision, ask any person who worked at Google in around like 2010 about more wood behind fewer arrows. Because boy, that was one of the dumbest things that ever came up. My only regret, actually, at the show in terms of, like, buying something is I saw a Dreamcast keyboard, and I really should have bought it. Just because, like, Dreamcast keyboard's cool, and if I can ever get my Dreamcast online, I may have to actually, like, do a Dreamcast web browser stream. Just like if I get my hands on a web TV, I'd probably do something with that, stream-wise. I did actually have my hands on a web TV once, but I didn't do anything with it because it didn't make any sense to do anything with it. Found it in sort of the pick it up if you want it section of Microsoft a long time ago. That's explaining your car breaking down. All right, I remember that. Paying for the hotel and pitching in. Make sure brothers could make it. Not even going to get a hotel this year, just going to do 2-day trips. That makes sense if the trip's not that far. Like, for the Tacoma Game Show, like, pretty much always, if I do a 2-day, I don't think I have done a 2-day in a long time. I just go down a second day. So I usually catch a ride with Fiskbit. And it's not that long of a trip. From Seattle to Tacoma. It's like an hour if traffic's bad, and traffic's always bad somehow. But I digress. What's behind this door? Is it going to be Genghis Khan? Because it might actually be. You never know. Like 2 hours, not bad. Yeah, that's probably nice. That's probably better than getting a hotel. All right. I fought this guy before, I think. All right, maybe it's just a boss Kamek. It's not that bad. You know, everyone talks about fighting Genghis Khan, but no one ever talks about fighting Dangus Khan. The disco group. Who I think did... No, was Boney M? No, Boney M was Rasputin. Dangus Khan was... Moscow. In terms of bizarre Eurovision meme songs. I think we can increment the number of Chuck skins up to 4 now. Nope. Bop. Bop. Like to make it out there someday. It's quite. It would be quite the trek for you. It would not be a short journey. I mean, I guess technically Texas is kind of. I think you're in around Texas-ish area. It's kind of in the middle of America, but still, the north-south difference adds to trip time. I understand now why I want that. Not in Texas. I don't know why I guessed you were in Texas. Fair enough. Somewhere centrally located. That is not Texas. Which is fine. I don't actually have any particular affinity for Texas beyond the airport. In fact, I've driven through chunks of it, and I've been to several of its airports. That's as much as I can say for Texas. I guess the Cadillac Ranch was kind of cute, but I mean, that's just like 1950s tourism crap. Have been before? I've been to Texas. It was an overrated experience. The one thing I'd say that is positive about Texas is it's like the furthest out west you can get and still have Waffle Houses, and I do like a good Waffle House. Whenever I go out somewhere eastward and southward, I want to go to a Waffle House. It's just something I want to do. And actually, it's not here. We're in Austin for some months. Texas is way too hot. You catch fire there. I'd believe it. A good chunk of the South is kind of like, how did people live here before air conditioning? And then you wonder. But to be fair, now that I think about it, the one time I went to Canada, I actually thought that the weather was very much like the South. When I went to Kitchener for work. I was like, this does feel like Alabama. Oh, dang it, I didn't mean to fly. Boop. But yeah, Portland and Seattle are basically pretty much as far west as you can get. I mean, I guess LA might be further west, but still, it's not exactly close to most parts of the country. Just the nature of geography. I still need to see if I should go to Canada to get my passport thing fixed. Or not passport, to get the pre-check and all that handled. Because I haven't done that yet, and I'd like to have that settled before the next time I travel. It just sounds nicer to have pre-check than to gamble. As much as I do love my freedom pat-downs. Which I get every single time I fly, unless I can find a metal detector line. And have, since they introduced the stupid scanner machines that take longer and aren't as good as metal detectors somehow. ASAHI NARUHAYA. I think I know that name. ASAHI, I think means like morning? Neru is a form of sleep. I'm fairly certain based upon my anime understanding of Japanese. To regularly receive pat-downs? Yeah, I'm not surprised. How you doing, Fisk? It's the only way to fly. Last time I flew, the guy who was doing the pat-down was like, okay, I'm going to try to not mess up your gig line. And I'm like, what the hell is a gig line? Like, I thought he was being rude, and then I'm like, I had to look this up. I'm like, oh, it's a military thing. I guess he assumes I'm wearing cargo pants in DC. I'm military somehow. Or at least military affiliated. But nope. As far as pat-downs go, it was actually pretty decent. You know, didn't take too long. Wasn't irritatingly onerous. I got used to the fast ones. So glad those aren't the spreader type. I'ma just leave. Problem solved. Alright, this is where my otherwise brilliant plan falls apart. Didn't hit the block. Gotta bump head to find blocks. Oh, okay, that's disco shell logic. I can tell when some critter's using disco shell logic. Ah, what a bummer. But yeah, the fruit game is actually really fun. I got the watermelon once. It took me a while. I don't think the overall strategy for it is terribly difficult, but actually executing it is can be challenging. I'm a rotate. But yeah, the Switch version just seems cuter. But you can't argue with the value proposition that the HTML5 version is providing, which is to say you're not paying for it. Use strategy, you just roll with it. I mean, my strategy is keep my fruit sorted as long as I can, which I think works pretty decently. The problem being is there's only so much time you can keep your fruit sorted until physics breaks it. Alright, what's in here? Ah, you must be the green plumber who defeated Ryusuke. Ryusuke. Kira. You proved to be strong, but at the same time very weird, no doubt. I won't allow you to make progress. I became one of the holders of the proto-horlogic biometals for the sake of my siblings. My name is ASAHI NARUHAYA, and watch your step, because I'll defeat you here and now. He just looks like a guy. Presently, I think he just is. Why can't I move? I'm affixed to the... Oh, because he's transforming. It's important for him to use Horlogic to transform first. Football! Okay, I didn't expect him to jump. With the power of football and freezing me in place, I will defeat you. Oh, I know what he is. He's Pharaoh Man. Oh! Well, whatever, he's Dead Man. You're stronger than I could expect, but I won't admit defeat so easily. I'll retreat for now, but when we meet again, I'll show you no mercy. No, clearly Pharaoh Man. Asahi Naruhaya escaped, but Luigi knows he will fight him again. Luigi found a key to the DAISCH-TART caves. The door for new hazards has been opened. Ominous. Alright. I get the feeling it's going to be dark in here. Okay, I'm going to take a very quick stretch break because I've been sitting for like an hour and change. And I'll be right back to see what's in these caves. Hopefully tarts. Now to see which definition of tart we're using. None so far. Because you've got like the taste. It's tart, implying that it's sour. It could be the food, which is usually a delicious type of pastry, i.e. a fruit tart. Or it could have been a bit of British slang, referring to some sort of bird. It fell up? They fall up? That's cool. I've never seen that before. That was wholly unexpected. Yeah, typically when they reach an edge, don't they usually fall off in Mario 3? Is that how that works? It's been a while since I played Mario 3. I was thinking I might bust out the NES at some point and play like 3 Mix or something. Because it's been a while since I've played like a Mario. Because I've used the SNES or the NES anyway. It's just sitting over there. Haven't taken it out of the living room even though I haven't used it in like months. I think the last thing I did with it was play the Yellow Submarine hack of Mario 2, which was excellent, and I would recommend to anybody who's looking for some fun Mario 2 action, as long as you actually kind of like the Beatles. There's a lot of Beatles in there. I have an idea. It wasn't a very good one. And then I threw it away. On multiple fronts. Cold or otherwise. Dang it. I intended to use that in a weird way. Huh? That seems really suspicious. Like, really suspicious. You know what? Actually, it probably doesn't matter because the entire level's going to be in a cave anyway, so even if I could take the Buzzy Beetle out of the cave, he's probably still... or into the next part of the level, it's probably still going to be a Buzzy Beetle. Oh no! Yeah, I didn't even see that there. Okay, so... what else is going on? I got nothing. Mostly been like work stuff and cleaning. Spent some time cleaning today because it just needs to happen. It's been too long since I've done all the proper cleaning. Did a little bit of work in the guest bathroom today. Some decluttering so that I can vacuum in the near future. Vacuuming's important. So the question is this the secret exit or the regular? No, it's the regular exit because I hit the midway. So I'm not sure where the secret exit was. Must be a pipe I didn't try. That was definitely the regular exit. I get the feeling it's gonna take me like 4 sessions to beat because of its immensity. One thing I definitely need to work on, because I want to do this, because I'm thinking I can get away with it, is a way of determining how many... I got hit by that one last time too. How many times I died in Dark Souls. So I think I can do some basic like image analysis for this, but I need to rework the image code to be a little bit faster, because I don't think I'll be able to do it on the usual basis for my image analysis stuff, because usually I just do about one frame per second, which is to say I process 1 out of every 60 frames instead of every frame, because that's nightmarish. But I think with the way that Dark Souls works, I probably need to do a little bit better than that, so it needs to be faster. And I think some of the time that I'm losing is due to saving the file out and reopening it. So I either need to like institute a RAM disk, or I need to figure out how to deal with the actual frame itself. Which I don't think would be too hard, I've just been kind of lazy because I wanted to use Pill. Apparently, the thing itself has a way to convert the raw frame into like a NumPy array, but NumPy is just kind of terrible. I don't want to use it. So there's that. Inflicted the curse upon you. Now you have to create the water. It is possible. I believe in you. You can absolutely create this watermelon. It's not even going to be square, but it will be full of water and arguably melon. It's a really fun, cute little game. Like, it's one of those things you definitely would have seen on Newgrounds and copied infinitely in the various places that used to have that sort of stuff, you know, if it was still, 2005. And I'm just glad I don't have to pay for, like, have to go through the rigmarole of setting up a Japanese, like, Switch account for all of that to make it so that I can play this stupid watermelon game. All right, that's not gonna work. There we go. Okay, that one's not. I don't gotta kill the critter. Need to. Well, it doesn't hurt. Kind of pissing you off, even if it's cute. It's not as easy as it looks, honestly. I really do think that a couple missteps early on and you're just hosed. This part really screams to me that there's an exit here, but I'm gonna guess there's some sort of filter? We've already seen the weird cape filter. Maybe I need to bring a cape. But, like, I'm not seeing any obvious spot to use this. Oh, went the other way. I didn't know it could do that. Beautiful. Yeah, I kind of wonder what other, like, tiny games and interesting genres we've been deprived of now that, Flash is no longer available. Because, like, the whole tower defense thing came out of Flash. There's an awful lot of, like, little genres that evolved in that system, and now that there's no longer that quick iteration, rapid prototyping game development system, I wonder what other genres we might be missing out on. Especially, like, infinitely remixable ones. Because, like, tower defense is just fun. And people have been endlessly reworking that one in all sorts of interesting dimensions since it came out. Though probably the most successful one was, like, the balloon monkeys. I forget what those are called, but... eh. Boop. Ah. Maybe I should try to go to the next level. Ordered an Analog Pocket a few days ago. Oh, nice. That's like the Game Boy emulator thing, right? Or hardware emulator thing. Oh, nice. You were supposed to go the other way. Yeah, the Game Boy's a cool console. Been wanting to do some hacking with that, but I just haven't gotten around to it in seriousness for like 2 years. Weird quirk of it. You can't just return from a function. All returns are conditional. So if you want to return from a function, it's kind of like adding or subtracting a constant in 6502 where you need to make sure the carry flag is in the correct position. You have to make sure that your, yes, I do actually really want to exit this function flag is in the correct position. Which is just kind of weird when you think about it. You can also play SNES games and with jailbroken NT. Oh, that's pretty nice, actually. Didn't realize that. That is a feature. Gonna guess like the Analog NT, though, it doesn't support SA1, so you're gonna miss out on a few things, but honestly, having the ability to play like that bank of games on the run, still a nice feature. I mean, with SA1, really, you're just missing out on SMRPG and assorted Mario hacks that use it. I'm being impatient. That's the real story about what's happening here. And a lot of other consoles. Oh man, you could actually play the Sega Master System on the go. Think of how cool that would be. I wanted to try to dupe that. SMRPGs come to Switch. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But you won't be able to play the SMRPG randomizer on it. So there's that. Whenever that comes out. Possibly, or whenever the new revision of that comes out. Okay, I think I can make the jump backwards. Let's try it with cape. Because that seems to be a thing. Nope. What an odd pipe. I'm beginning to think that I might need... Oh, right, I remember the suspicious thing. I know what I need to do with the suspicious thing. It's really obvious in retrospect. I think I need to use the pipe. No. There's a long, suspicious corridor. I need to use my cape. Given this ample room to cape fly. I'm gonna screw this up, I can already feel. Yep. Immediately run into something and fail to get back in time. Sometimes, I swear, I'm just a little dumb. You finally did it, like, after an hour. Well, congratulations. It took you less time than it took me. Feel free to post a picture of your feet without any context to my Discord, because I think it'd be funny. Oh, you also got it. Nice. Everybody in the Watermelon Club. Much cheaper to join than the Pen 15 Club. Something so strange to me about, like, these, like, the print screen websites. Like, the image hosting still exists. So I guess Discord this week decided to stop being an image host, which was probably a long time overdue. So, no more hosting images on Discord. Forever. On your website. Also sent it to your brother, and apparently he beat it first try. Told you probably just suck. Well, that doesn't make me feel good about how long it took me to do it. Maybe he's just better at fruit. Fruit is a type of skill. Some people have fruit skill, some people don't. Okay. Oh, you... No! No, that was altogether the worst set of chords I could have done there. Okay, here's what I think I should do. I think that the distances are short enough, I should just go for the spin fly. That was not something I could have assumed before, but it's something I can assume now. Brilliant. I was about to say there's more enough resources, but eh. Out of context watermelon. I kind of hope Earthmelon sees it and is like, what the hell is this? Just because it's so apropos. Oh yeah, going back to a topic I talked about like 2 hours ago. I really should just make a list of all the vaguely Halloween-y type games and maybe have a Discord poll. Plus, I should probably do Chat-Axe again before the year's out. I realized I think I've done it all of like twice. And one of those was Chat-Axe Classic, where, you know, no Carl modules were allowed. Because it's been a while. Probably not October, probably like early November. Like, I'll just pick a weekend and make it happen. But probably should think a bit harder on that one before I actually commit. I think even with this, I can still pull this off. Just need to be careful not to pick up any bad shells. Like that one. How did that one get a spin on it? Oh. Couldn't get 2 watermelons? I haven't even tried to get 2 watermelons. I think it's very likely at this point that I suck at watermelons. To be fair though, a fruit, I don't really care for watermelon. Or much of any of the other parts of the melon family. But again, it's been a few years. Maybe I should give it another shot. I'm not even sure about that. Nope. Not all skills either. You can screw it on drops. I think that the drops are more deterministic than you might think. I think, like, for a given game, you always get the same set of drops. Or at least I've noticed when starting off that I get the same things consistently. I'm not exactly sure how it seeds the RNG. But it definitely feels like it doesn't, or perhaps the, like, possibilities in the very first part are very slim. More annoyed at the physics than the drops. Yeah, sometimes you can get unlucky with, like, something not wanting to touch when it clearly should be touching. Fruit touching. Physics are janky, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if the Switch version, that I think is the OG one, has slightly better physics than the random clone. But you can't argue with free. I mean, you can, but it's pretty fruitless. He said as he just realized that's a pun here. Completely inadvertent. Blue's condition is weirdly finicky. Yeah, there's some sort of like time thing. Merge, send stuff all over. You get fruit over the line for a little bit, other times it's fine. It'll be up there for like a second, you're losing. I'm not exactly sure what the losing criteria is. I'm certain if I understood Japanese, I might understand it better. Okay. Okay. Step 1. I'm rubbish at flight. What's up, Luis? How you doing? Not sure when it checks the lose condition. Absolutely, I'm not sure either. Like, it's just weird. I'd love to compare it against the Switch version, because the Switch version also has, like, much better graphics. But I'm not willing to put the time and effort into collecting the Switch version. I'm certain you can, but it, like, requires having, like, Japanese payment processing, and I don't know. I've already had my purchase something Japanese and get screwed over by shipping costs thing for the year. Probably, like, more than one, but still. I paid, like, $30 to import a 300 yen item. Say $300? I meant $30. I paid $30 to import a 300 yen item. Just to be clear. Was sleeping, but you woke up? Yeah, fair. Good time for sleeping. Night. Haven't been doing that myself in a while, but, you know, I hear it works pretty well for people. Yeah, my sleep schedule has been garbage for, like, the last week and change. Like, absolutely useless. Still doable. Yeah, I hung out way too late one Saturday night. Ran into an acquaintance who was having a birthday party and ended up just chilling until 6, which is not good for the rest of for keeping one sleep schedule straight. Always stream really late or really early. I mean, from my perspective, I pretty much only stream really late. Like, it's rare that I'll do, like, a morning stream for me. I'm trying to think the last time I did one that was, like... I don't think I've ever done a stream that started before noon. Maybe that second one is worth spin flying for. It's the falling up, it just bugs me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. This second level, I've had a very difficult time getting the secret exit on. I could cheat, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I want to say like the earliest I've started a stream is about noon my time. I don't think I've ever started earlier than that. And conventionally I start just to... I think if I were to go and like average it all together, my average start time for stream is probably slightly after midnight my time. Like recently-ish I'd started like doing like earlier ones, but not immensely earlier ones. This is fine. Technically, your earliest stream would be 1 a.m. I mean, sure, if you're gonna count it that way. I don't count 1 a.m. as early. 1 a.m. is late. It's not tomorrow till I go to bed, is my general principle of the thing. And I stand by it. 7 there, maybe you should sleep. It's an option. Definitely wouldn't blame you for it. Yeah, I should have just tried spin flying earlier. That's a lot easier. You working on your Mario... Telltale let you work on your Mario 3 level? Got tired, so you went to bed? Yeah, that's completely reasonable. Go by sleeps rather than actual days? Yes. I don't work overnights, but that's definitely how I view it. You go by sleeps rather than days. It's the way to do it. There was a fellow who had actually gone and written up his philosophy of personal time zones a long time ago. I don't know if it's still on the web. But he called it BST. I think I see how this level's working. It wants to crush me. I won't give it the satisfaction. I am definitely crushing. Okay, well, that was avoidable. I have a crush on every boy. I wonder if they'll ever bring back Teen Girl Squad. In completely arbitrary thoughts. That was one of the more popular things the strong bad people ever made. Oh, come on, I want at least one. No! I am 0 for 3. I need to, like, get a Yump practice cart or something. Woke up early yesterday to help do live streaming at church. Fair. You gotta go with what your sleep schedule tells you. And other reasonable things. I gotta, like, try to shift my sleep schedule a bit for the next couple days, too. I have to interview someone at 1 p.m., which I usually am asleep at right now, which is not good. Oh. I see the diamond now. And then on Saturday, I gotta get up at a reasonably early time, too. To go to a thing. Which should be fun. I'll talk about it after the fact. But not before the fact. Just played Yump. Fair. Morning training at the end of the month? That is unfortunate. Yeah, usually the only way I end up fixing my schedule is either having a massive shock to the system, like having to basically stay awake to not miss something, or, oh, hello, Bumper. Or, quite similarly, traveling. Traveling generally produces enough shock to the system that I fix my sleep schedule pretty quick. Then once I'm on something reasonable, it's easier to stay on something reasonable. But till then... Would Mario be Christian, or would he find these lands in the Mushroom Kingdom godless? I mean, I don't know. Depending upon which Mario incarnation you're talking about, like the stars serve as a sort of god character? But I don't even know where to start with that one. Also, Mario's Italian. That means he's more likely to be Catholic than you would expect. I think I saw how to get to the secret, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to involve more flying. Zip zop zoobity-bop. Have I played Super Luigi Land? Stuck in the castle, you shoot fireballs through cactus blocks and you get hurt. I definitely do not believe I played Super Luigi Land. I want to say someone mentioned it in chat before, but I don't think I've played it. Like their friends were working on it or something. It might have been you, honestly. I don't really recall. But I've never played it. Right, I hit it midway. Thank you. You know what, though? Let's try something stupid. Let's not try something stupid. Oh, hello. Paper Mario time. Oh, it's too far to that side. It's by Gamma V? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've played that one by Gamma V then. Oh, I messed that up. I played her more recent Transformers hack. I played 10. I've definitely beaten Mario Wants His Lemonade. I'm trying to think of any other ones I've played. I think I moderated an early version of... She had a COVID hack. I don't remember the exact details, but I moderated an earlier version of that. It wasn't the Kaizo Conspiracy. I think that was the Transformers one. Those are insta-kill? Yes, they are! That's a good point. Yes, they are. What a track. And Wigglers. Levels are definitely getting longer and more creative the further in the game we go. And the bosses are always creative. I'm still hoping to fight Corey in the house. Well, the Corey who is in the house, I suppose, would be the right way to phrase that. And nothing the red ones. Got the space, may as well try. Nope! I could have died there in a really stupid way. Ah, still 40. Probably think of a Luigi one by Roberto Zampari, or however you spell it. Yeah, this is the 5th one of Roberto Zampari's Luigi hacks. So if it was an earlier one, I haven't played any of those either. This is the only Roberto Zampari hack I've ever played. I played some levels by him, but are many Mario characters more Nightmare Fuel-esque than Mimi? You know, I actually don't know the context behind Mimi other than I think she's a spider. I want to say SimFan made this sprite for was it Halloween? Was it HLBC? It was a long time ago. That reminds me, I probably should finish that thing I said I would do about that a long time ago. There was a thing I wanted to do with this sprite that would have been cute. And I just need to, like, go to... Actually, no, it'd be really easy now, wouldn't it? It would actually be trivial now. I have scripts to take care of this sort of problems now. What is this track from, anyway? It only fits the level. In the over-adrenalized way that it does. Kirby, that makes sense. Kirby definitely has its share of good tracks this way. Like Gourmet Race. One of those perfectly frenetic tracks. So... that's clearly where I'm supposed to go. I have no idea how to get up there. Well, may as well not burn more. When was the last time Cory in the House was relevant outside of iconic anime movies? No idea. I'm gonna be honest, I never actually watched Cory in the House. It just reminded me of, it was like First Kid. This movie where, like, there's some kid and he's, you know, the president's kid, and Sinbad, I think, plays his bodyguard. Like, that's the only thing I can really think of that relates to Cory in the House. Because, again, it's the same basic principle, though I don't think Sinbad gets shot in this one. Which, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be okay with that. No, I don't think I would. My favorite Sinbad moment of all time is when he punches Booster in the face, after all. If you've never seen Jingle All the Way, you owe it to yourself to watch Jingle All the Way at some Christmas time. Because it's actually a pretty decent movie. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger comedies are kind of hit and miss. Like, people like Kindergarten Cop. People generally don't care for Twin. No, it's not Twin. Twins is fine, but forgettable. Junior, the film where Danny DeVito gets Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant. And yes, that is a real synopsis of what happens. I've gotten so many weird looks when I've had to explain this in public. That's an actual movie and not a fever dream. Is kind of eminently forgettable despite its ridiculous premise. Maybe I can get flight off this. That's instant kill. I have to do it. One of those kids that saw live-action kids sitcoms and went, real people you, and never watched Drake or Josh or iCarly or any of that. It's an actual movie, but if any, it's jury's still out if it's a fever dream. Yeah, I was never... I guess I did like Boy Meets World. I don't think of any other like kids sitcom I actually cared to watch. I liked Clarissa Explains It All, but Clarissa Explains It All was weird. No, Pete and Pete. Pete and Pete is definitely the best kids sitcom. Pete and Pete's just friggin' weird. And it always followed the same sort of tenor. Like, young Pete would have something ridiculous happen to him, and older Pete would have a fairly normal teenager problem. Like, I need to ask this girl on... Oh, actually, no, not always the case. Now think about it. God. There was the one where the elder Pete had to lose weight because he didn't want to wrestle a specific person. And, yeah, that was really surreal. Like, the guy had his spleen removed so he could stay in the same weight class. And then when his weigh-in happened... The antagonist, when his weigh-in happened, he was just a little bit too heavy to wrestle against Pete, and so he pulls out a tooth. Just pulls out some pliers and yanks out a tooth there, then and there. It's like, yeah, I got it. And nobody says anything about it. Yeah, Pete and Pete was weird. Well, that's a solution. I'm not sure it's the solution, but it worked. Maybe you could spin jump off of one of the saws. That might have worked. I always forget about that. Now, the one thing I definitely remember from Pete and Pete was that he had a goal to shove every single presidential marshmallow up his nose. Because apparently there, in the Pete and Pete universe, there was a cereal that had all of the presidents in marshmallow form. Like Lucky Charms. And I think it was Taft or something. It was a forgettable president that it was the only one he hadn't shoved up his nose and blown out. It was weird. Pete and Pete was weird. Was it worth it? Marginally. I need exits to go to Queenie's place anyway. Okay, shells do not interact with those sprites, which is probably something I should have known. Mistakes were made. Yeah, during the Arnold Schwarzenegger-a-thon, none of us ended up watching either Twins or Junior. Though a couple of us watched Jingle All the Way. I maintain that Jingle All the Way is is the good comedy Arnold Schwarzenegger one. I think the reason none of us watched Junior or Twins is because it came out at the same time as Predator. And it's really hard to argue with Predator. Just like how when during the Harrison Ford-a-thon, like, we were all watching the indie movies, because the indie movies are good. Want to replay Super Paper Mario, but you shouldn't? Is Super Paper Mario the third one? Because I think it's Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, and then Super Paper Mario. I need to stop doing that. We played it fairly recently. The game seems to thrive on wasting your time at least once a chapter. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, the only one of the series I've played was Paper Mario, and I did it about 2 years ago. And the only reason I remember that is because it was right after I implemented the YouTube auto cutter system. Oh, those don't hurt me when I hit them. That's good to know. And these do, in fact, reverse course. Okay. Good things to know. I just stayed put, I would have been safe. I shot when it was off screen. That violates an assault. I meant to hit the block. Better than Sticker Star, which wastes your time at every level? Oh, you. Yeah, one of my intents with going and getting my Wii U jailbroken was to play, like, Thousand Year Door. But since it's getting a remaster, I'm debating whether or not I want to do that, or just wait for the remaster. Because it'd be easier to do, since I never really did get Nintendo working. That was not a smart move. But I do like playing the originals of things first, if possible, I suppose. Alright. Yeah, Paper Mario was fun, though I definitely felt that mostly it was a retread on where Mario RPG had already gone. But I appreciate the mechanics, though I always kind of with RPGs like it when my numbers scale up a lot more. Paper Mario likes to keep things in the tens, where an awful lot of games, like, say, I don't know, just Gaia want to put them into the millions, and I don't know if I appreciate it or not, but it's definitely a choice. Nuts. How many exits am I up to? 65. I should have died there. No! Yeah, it'd be fun to revisit some of those, or maybe play like a Paper Mario difficulty hack, because it isn't that hard of a game, honestly. So I'm gonna get both of them. Oh. See, I was gonna go then. I'm really glad I didn't. I don't know, there's too many things on my list that I'd like to do, but probably won't get around to for quite some time. Like some good old PS1 RPGs or something. Because I've got a decent number of them. Like, going back through, like, all the Breath of Fires would be fun. I haven't played Breath of Fire 3 in a long time, and never actually played Breath of Fire 2 enough. There we go. To really grasp if it was any good or not. Like, I've heard some people really like it. An awful lot of people really hate the translation, and there are, like, good translation patches now to make things less confusing. Because the game does have some complicated mechanics, especially around, like, its town thing. Around its town thing, and, like, combining... or shamans, I think it was? The shaman system is complicated. Something like that. And so the bad translation makes it harder to understand these mechanics, which you might actually want to use. Things of that type. But I also do love a good bad translation. Shaman system is pretty fun. Breath of Fire 2. Don't say this very often, but you really should play with the translation patch. Yeah, its translation I do understand to be very terrible. Never played 5? No. I stopped at 3. I've played through and beaten 1 and 3. I played 2 for a little bit of time, but not enough to really have an opinion. And I've never... I might own 4, but I don't know if I've ever touched it. And I never played 5. The second half of this level is insanely short compared to the first half. Whatever you do, don't play 5? Okay. Duly noted. 2 and 4 are the only SNES games you'd say repatch it. That's fair. Final Fantasy IV is unique. I do like the idea of playing the OG, because, like, once I'm done with Desi's requests, I will have played the first 3 Final Fantasy games on stream. I will have played 5 a number of times. I've played 6 at least once, though under really obnoxious constraints. And I've played 7, so, like, 4 is really the only one, except 1, that I haven't played on stream. And I'm going to play 1 on stream sometime in the near future. Possibly very near. I'll talk to Desi once I'm done with either Dark Souls or Equinox and get that set up. Because Desi's been kind enough to let me reorder some of his requests, which has been very helpful in terms of just making forward progress. Mostly with Final Fantasy IV's North American version, like 30% of the game is missing. Wait, what? 30% of the game is missing? I remember being like some things were dummied out, but I remember there being like 30% of the game missing, from what I recall reading. Like, I remember the easy type versus hard type, which is still a weird idea to me. Bad luck there. I should have left it alone. I need a pit to fall into at the end of the line. It's gotta be flat. Crap load of skills and items are just flat out gone. Okay. Interesting. I remember that, like, some of the items were dummied out, like things that would let you cast spells from an item. Kind of the equivalent of breaking rods in 5. Those were the things I remember, though. But it's been a long time since I've looked at, like, the cutting room floor equivalent. I think last time I remembered reading about this was one of those things that was on, like, a million different tiny websites, all run by people who have silly names. Like Ice Guy. Or maybe Ice Knight? Maybe that was the guy? But I think he was a Sonic person, not a Final Fantasy person. Alright, who are we fighting now? We are fighting? Some sort of salamander, I guess. Courteous of him to throw out 2 at a time, though. That's what I wanted to avoid. That's also what I wanted to avoid. That's the third thing I wanted to avoid. Good enough. Good enough. Need to see the color of it. Okay, it's red. Yeah, or maybe I'd play like one of those really weird Final Fantasy... Oh, this thing is so slow. One of those weirder Final Fantasy IV versions. Like the DS version or something. Remember there being a interesting, like, 3D super deformed version of that. I don't think these things despawn. I mean, unless you know, walk off the screen, then they despawn, but still. It's Daisy time. Note to self, wait until after plant emerges, then jump into pipe. No, oh. I forgot the order. I feel like Daisy gets the random more often. I guess it does actually echo the name. Huh. Intriguing. Yeah, maybe we should add some bias to some of the hidden characters. There's at least one I've added that I don't think I've ever seen. Like, it's just never been rolled. It's funny. It's definitely very meme-esque. But I don't think it's ever been rolled. I could remove that part, it's true. It's 100% true. Not gonna. I'm very lazy. Alright, well that worked. Panzers are not my favorite of things. We are gonna have to do this section again, even if I don't die, because we have to go find the secret exit. Which, given how this area has been going, it's either going to be completely trivial or really obnoxious. My guess is it actually might be one of these pipes. It is not one of these pipes. Victory! I haven't duped anything in a while. That actually feels pretty nice. Yeah, unfortunately Daisy looks bad with a cape. Not really sure why they went for, like, this weird Yoshi egg texture, but... C'est la vie. Thought so. Sometimes you just kind of see something in the level, and you know immediately it's going to be that. And that was one of those things. Nope. Not today, Boss Pass. Okay. Plenty of time. Nope. Whee! I'm far too easily entertained at times. And we out. Nope. Nah, I saw that. It wasn't gonna work the moment I jumped. Okay. Cool, where does this go? The other side? Oh, it does go to the other side. That's really tempting. But I'm not going to do it right now. Let's just beat the level conventionally. I've got a lot of stuff I got to get done tomorrow. Did send off all of this like documentation to the person who will have to submit it because the system that we're working with is really stupid and won't let me, the technical person, in to actually submit the technical reports. Not that she's not technical, but comparatively she is not. And it would be much easier if I could just submit things, but I sent it to her a bit after she went to bed because, you know, time zones. Get to know whether or not my answers are sufficient, given that the thing we're submitting to them literally does nothing. Which I still find to be mildly offensive. Not on our part, like, I think it's perfectly reasonable for our side to do nothing because that's what the package should do, but still. It's more that we have to go through all the rigmarole when literally we're not integrating with them at all. Red one shoot that way, okay. I do think that for tomorrow's stream I might take a break from Mario and do something different. I do want to play that Gabriel Knight game really badly, and now that I've finally fixed my resolution problems, I think forever on, You know, it probably would help if you actually grabbed the enemy first before trying to kill something with it. Well, knock on wood forever, with Windows 98 streaming. I really do want to play some Gabriel Knight. Though it does depend a lot upon what I get done tomorrow and how. Oh, I like this a lot. Like, this would be challenging for a standard person, but I guess even without a cape, you just use a regrab. Just hold button. All slower, but I think it's cute. It's a nice obstacle. Welp? Oh, this is the midway. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter if I can find a pit or not now, does it? Oh, sup, Arion, 89. Which one? The second one. I played through the first one, the original first one, not the 20th or 25th year remaster last year. And I actually have a physical copy of Gabriel Knight 2 that I've installed on my Windows 98 PC, which is presently holding up my Super Nintendo. And yeah, plan to play it. How you doing? Not a fan of the second one. I think he's a lot better of a person in the second one, honestly. But I was thinking about doing that tomorrow instead of more Mario, even though this hack will probably take me 4 sessions. But I like a good FMV game. For some values of good. And many values of FMV. It's a meme in Germany. Oh, I'm not surprised. Gabriel Knight's German is atrocious. It's an interesting game. Actually kind of curious now. It's a meme in Germany. I'm surprised it's that well known, period. But yeah, it does take place in Germany. For those who don't know. Trying to remember the cities. There's a city that takes place in, like, an awful lot of the stuff uses real life pictures as backgrounds. Going for that photorealistic view. There's a specific famous castle that's used. That I recall. And actually a friend was like, here's some pictures of my trip to Germany. I'm like, that castle looks very familiar. Because they literally just went to the castle and took pictures, and that was how they made their backgrounds for Gabriel Knight 2. Like the Mario bit, not Mario Kaizo. Dr. Kaizo. This hasn't really been Kaizo. I think I was just saying more or less that there was some Kaizo trickery that I was doing that worked out okay. And I'm going to take a hit here for really stupid reasons. Ah, no! Well, I guess I killed everything on the way, it's fine. There was a Let's Play that was aired on German television? Really? Oh man, that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level. I might have to look this up. Do you have like a link or something? I want to read more about this. I'm really curious. Like, it's the kind of thing that I find absolutely fascinating. That's Waterfall. If I'd fallen down there, I would have died. I guess also, like, if it was in Germany, did it have subtitles? Or was it actually translated into German? Because, like, there's parts of that wouldn't make sense in German. Because, like, there's a part where you have to get some German translated. And it'd be very silly if it was already in German, right? Oh, we are now in the snail house. There's always be light. There's always light would be fine too, I guess. If we're brave enough to see it. Amanda Gorman. That's a name that sounds vaguely familiar. That part was so funny. Now I'm even more curious. What does this do? Oh no. I see what it does and I hate it. It's one of these levels. Do you like seeing? I hope you don't. It's nice that sprites still retain their light properties, but still. Yeah, for that part, like, I played it with a friend a long time ago, and for that part we we were like, oh, here's some German. We'll just put it into Google Translate and understand what it means. Which, of course, doesn't work, because that Gabriel doesn't know what it means. We actually had a hard time finding that specific part where you could actually interact with the German estate, the German lawyer, who was managing the estate issue. Also, the guy who leaves in the castle has one of the most ridiculous death scenes, I think, in any Sierra game. Dude's like, nuts to this, I'm gonna rip out my own heart. Okay. Not gonna stop you. You seem very determined. Yeah, that first game is weird. Remember the light contest didn't make anything for it? Yeah, I definitely played through a decent... Wait, I judged that contest. I played through a lot of them. Which is to say all of them. It's like, I played that level set. I remember now. Can imagine Roberto opening up a level design contest and going, okay, mandatory dark level. So I looked it up because I was curious. And I've played 2 of his level design contest levels, and they weren't all that weird from what I remember. Like, the WLDC level was pretty standard, and there was another one of his that I played. Alright, since I found the midway, I need to just... Need to die. Gabriel talks perfect German, but when he talks to the reporter, instead of translating, she repeats his perfect German in a very Bavarian accent. Also, the Seamus policeman is interesting. That makes me wish I knew German, so I could really appreciate it. Oh, not a level design contest, like checklist. Gotcha. I mean, I still like this better than the spotlight approach an awful lot of people take, using that specific off-the-shelf ASM. I don't know if Roberto wrote this one himself. It's not the world's most difficult ASM to write, as it turns out. Like, there are some niggling details that are kind of tricky, but like, but you just modify the brightness register. Well, mirror of the brightness register. And I was still kind of surprised when I looked it up and was like, oh, those levels were not strange. But, you know, you can see from the level design, like, his standard level design is solid. Like, there's nothing weird about this. It's just good. Like, I'm probably going to put Roberto Zampari on the list with, like, Gamma V, where it's like, if you want pretty standard Mario, but more of it, play one of his acts. The plot's weird, but, like, it's all good, not terribly chocolate stuff. Like, backgrounds, but no, like, not a lot of weird mechanics like some people like for their hacks. Because sometimes you just kind of want Super Mario World, but more. I don't know why I did that. Okay. This could be done with EX animation? I guess. But I would definitely just do it by modifying the darkness register. There's some fake German in the graphics. I'm not surprised. No, seriously, I still love the game. It's such a fascinating game. I think it's definitely up there in like the top. It's like maybe the second best FMV game, FMV adventure game. Me and Fistbit disagree. He thinks Gabriel Knight is 2 is the best. I think Phantasmagoria 2 is the best. And my key reason for disagreement is the even days. Being Gabriel Knight is fun. Being his assistant is less fun. Like, I appreciate what they're trying to do, especially since in Gabriel Knight 1 there was a heavy emphasis on like research, interviewing people. Like making good sense of what's going on, especially from a literature research standpoint. But she comes across as like one of the most irritating human beings of all time. And not to mention some of the characters she meets are not my favorite cliches. Phantasmagoria 2 is fantastic. I don't know if there's a German translation of that, but it is definitely one of my favorite things. It's like Office Space, but a what's the word I'm looking for? Psychological thriller. What's kind of amazing is it came out before Office Space. People love this gimmick. You saw and platform on one string. There is a translation? Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know too much about like Sierra's translations, like at all, other than there were some. But yeah, I maintain Phantasmagoria 2 is my favorite. I played Phantasmagoria 1, might have been 2 years ago. No, it was last year. It was last year for Halloween. Because I did it right after Caverns of Blood. How to make a non-enemy into an actual obstacle. Run into it with your face. Same guy who did a Gabriel Knight 2 Let's Play also did Phantasmagoria 1 and 2. Oh, interesting! Do you happen to know his name? I really want to look this up. Like, any context so that I can actually find out about this post-stream, because I think this is fascinating. I doubt I'll be able to find much that isn't in German, but Google Translate isn't the worst for German. But yeah, Phantasmagoria 1, it just bugs me so much. It's like, okay, you know, we moved into this new house that was owned by an evil magician. We don't even bother, like, swapping out the locks. Like, clearly we want to keep all the furniture intact, because, you know, we really want to have that evil Victorian magician look in our brand new house. And oh yeah, I happened to find a satanic cathedral in our house that we somehow didn't notice on any of the inspections. Maybe I should do something, like tell my husband about it. Nah, let's just keep investigating. It's very much a horror protagonist who is just too dumb to live. Right now they're playing Harvest. The game was on Index until recently. Oh, right, yeah, Harvest is an interesting one. They were definitely going full edgy on that one. There's a lot of, like, cannibalism and stuff. Though you have to get pretty far into the game to find out about that, I suppose. Shouldn't have said that. It's a mild spoiler. It is very bizarre. The twist at the end is probably not worth it, honestly. Like, I think that you get the value of Harvest just by watching some of the animations. But the whole thing is so, like, Pleasantville, twisted on its side, weird. And oh my, lost my leg in Dusseldorf? What? Even weirder in German, apparently. Hello, Sir Wetbeard. Thank you for the raid. I wasn't expecting that. Let that stick on the screen for a sec. I can always use a short handbrake. How was the stream? What were you up to? I assume some Kaizo? What's up, Oreos? We were just talking about FMV games. In German, even though I don't speak German. But apparently they're popular in Germany. Alright, let me clear this so we can keep going. For those of you who don't know, that is actually in the game itself. Using the power of USB, I modify some things in the game on the fly, like putting messages in there for raids and other alerts. Because way back in the day, when I first implemented this, I was having a very hard time keeping a track of various alerts. Because Twitch's previous alert system was to send you an email. It was really bad. But they've gotten better now, so I guess I probably wouldn't necessarily have implemented it the way I did, you know, way back when. But it still turned out to be a good call. They play Harvest in English? Ah, okay. Quickie World 2 run back? Yeah, post links, go for it. Like I said, I really want to learn more about this. Apparently there's an infamous German Let's Player whose Let's Plays have been put on TV for certain FMV adventure games, and I'm very curious about it. Yeah, Quickie World 2 is fun. I'm definitely going to have to look at this. Utterly fascinating. That's a Gabriel Knight 2? Okay. I might look up the Phantasmagoria one, because I don't want to, like, spoil myself on Gabriel Knight 2 yet, because I want to play it again, like, tomorrow. Alright. Hello! You must be the green plumber who defeated Ryosuke and Asahi. They are nothing but failures to deal with someone like you. Don't think you can defeat me so easily, because I'll make this place your grave. With the power of proto-horlogic. I'll make you regret for defying Rougenia Merald. My name is WATARU KUON. I have some tricks in my sleeve. I'll make this arena harder for you. Just watch your moves. I don't know how this is gonna work. Oh, thank you for following. Enjoy your fish. Guy looks so welcoming, but he's mean. He's definitely mean. He's gonna turn into a Mega Man boss. Just watch. I hope he's not Pharaoh Man. I did not enjoy Pharaoh Man. But he's sliding. So this is a hack made by a fellow named Roberto Zampari, who is a Brazilian ROM hacker who makes interesting hacks. Or more accurately, hacks with very interesting plots. I'm not really sure who all of these characters are, and I've definitely read the term Horlogic before in like an anime context, but I don't know what it is. I think someone told me it was the study of time or something. Waruto KUON escaped, but Luigi knows he will fight him again. Luigi found a pipe near the castle that will lead to Wolfenia Jungle? It's purple. It's green. It's green. Maybe the jungle's purple. What's up, Bullrun Farms? How you doing? Thank you for the good luck. But there we go. We made it to the purple place. Guess we'll check out the jungle. Oh, it's these guys. Far more dangerous when you can't hover. Oh, no. So happy to see fewer axes flying about. But, oh yeah, I guess I never finished the spiel. This is a new, oh, whatever. Conveyor vine, press up on the cyan ropes. Those are cyan. It's a conveyor rope that acts like a vine. I would say these are gray. Not cyan, but okay. No, why is it John? Yeah, changing characters is another USB thing we can do. Sometimes the characters are made more appealing than the default sprite. You know, you've all seen Luigi before. But very few people have seen Paper John. For a completely good reason. But yeah, I'm moderating this hack. This is new. It showed up in the queue Monday? Oh, they move. I thought they moved back and forth. John looks like he's having a good time. He always looks like he's having a good time. Just going through life with his giant teeth. It's just his nature. Anyway. Don't stand there. The point I was about to make was that I'm moderating the hack, which is a form of quality assurance. We're looking for like crashes or soft locks or other amounts of weirdness. This is not Roberto's first rodeo by any account. This is his 5th hack in this series alone. He has submitted at least, I think, 10 hacks to SMW Central. And so the odds of me finding anything really seriously wrong is pretty low, though I did find a softlock earlier, which was disappointing, especially because I found it almost entirely by accident. Nope, not again. I keep getting axed. But yes. So that's the thing that's going on here. Don't like Hammer Bros. John, too, does not care for them. It's the spawning, like, on top of you. Like, you jump on them and boom, there's a hammer in your face. Not fun. I'm never going to like Hammer Bros. Oh, I always forget to do this. There we go. Shout out. Sir Webbeard's a cool guy. He plays Kaizo. Isn't afraid of anything. Has a really nice beard. I think that's all you need to know. I always forget to do it, and it's so trivial. I really should just automate it. I think the reason I haven't automated it yet is because Fries likes doing it. But Fries ain't here, so... Or if he is, he has been oddly silent. Especially since we've been talking about German stuff. Yeah, I'm very curious, especially about some of that. Just keep running into things. Hyper Storks ropes. Is that where they came from? I legitimately don't know if Morsel was the first to use them. I'd assume not. I don't think Morsel, like, writes his own stuff. He's having a hard time in the purple zone. Purple's not his color. Yeah, I've already died 8 times, like, the last 3 minutes. Doesn't matter, though. I mean, for one, this particular hack always saves your progress anytime you go to the world map, I think. But 2, I can just hack in more lives if I need more lives. I have the power of USB. Just realized I think this is a Jazz Jackrabbit song. It kind of sounds like it. I think if I do this, he'll jump over me. Ah. I don't like this. There were many parts of that I did not like. Hyper 6 ropes? There you go. Yeah, this is totally a Jazz Jackrabbit song. There's just some synths that you know came directly from Epic Mecha Games, and that's one of them. You know, back when Epic was known for things other... No! Than Fortnite. I think Morsel does this, Mason? I didn't know that. I assumed, like, Morsel's big thing was taking weird bits of ASM and putting them together. And making things that are bizarre. At least that's what I've assumed based upon what I've seen, but I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think of it. Definitely interacted with Morsel at some point, but not seriously. Like when judging, like sometimes, you know, we'll maybe just debate stuff. And I think I was on a judging panel with Morsel at one point, but I don't remember which one. Like, I think he finished up, like, almost immediately, and that was pretty much the end of it. No! That's true. Everyone does a little bit of ASM these days. Yep. If it is Jazz Jackrabbit music, it's nothing for anime. Really? Actually, I don't know who did the music for Jazz Jackrabbit. There's just a synth in there that sounds like Jazz Jackrabbit to me. I will accept being wrong here. Of course, this could also be like one of those, like, Hooded Edge things where, like, it sounds like this, but it's actually Toho. Using Mega Man X sound fonts. Because that's also, like, his jam. Did the stuff for 2. Don't know who made the OST for 1. I mean, my problem is I've never played 2. So if I'm gonna pick out anything, it'd be stuff that existed in 1. It's not like Amiga samples. That might be why. More than one person has actually written like a find music. Basically a tool to figure out which tracks. Ah, no! I was confused by the axe-looking thing. I guess it's a bow. Did stuff for Unreal Tournament DSX? Really? Oh, that makes sense, actually. Those being Epic games. Now, UT has one of the best soundtracks of all time. Like, the drum and bass in that is so good. Facing Worlds is one of the best video game soundtrack songs of all time, for my money. Like, absolutely perfect. I kind of miss that style. That's why I hate hammers. Yeah, I didn't play enough Amiga games to really have a good sense of what the sound for that is. One of the games I liked as a kid had a way better version on Amiga, but we didn't have an Amiga, so didn't play it. If any of y'all are familiar with the Bitmap Brothers classic Xenon 2 Mega Blast, the titular song, Mega Blast, was an actual arrangement by some DJ in the UK. But we played it on DOS, so on the PC speaker. And for a PC speaker rendition of a real song, it does sound quite good. But it's still the PC speaker rendition of a real song. Whereas Amiga, you can actually get kind of close using lots of its samples. PC speaker, you know, can only beep at certain frequencies. So, kind of good luck with that. Also released some OST stuff he thought would be for Jazz Jackrabbit 3 if it was released, like, super recently. Oh, that's kind of cool. I always appreciate when people give, like, a good deep cut. Especially when, like, there's no chance of something ever getting released. For example, the plot to Half-Life 3, because that's probably never happening, that one of those two dudes from, oh, come on! From Old Man Murray released, since those were the guys who did the plot for Portal and were going to be tapped for Half-Life 3, presumably if it ever happened. One day Epic will return to revive all its dead franchises? No, it won't! They'll have more... The future is Fortnite dances. Nothing but Fortnite dances. If you're not flossing, are you even programming? One of my nephews was actually pretty into that for a bit, the sort of Fortnite dances thing and dabbing. I think he got cured of it a bit after he managed to dab an ice cream cone into a wall on multiple occasions. Because there was a certain amount of, look, you dabbed it into the wall, you're not getting another one. Oh, come on now, John. We know how this ends. Tim Follins, ZX Spectrum music. Oh yeah, I did listen to a bit of that. There's a really good YouTube channel that I've certainly shilled for before, and he doesn't pay me for this, so I have no qualms against it. Called GST Mix. He used to make like mixes of Genesis music, which is why it's that. But what he does now is mostly like history mixes. He doesn't like vibe mixes, certainly, but like one of his big deals is he makes mixes of a given artist and sort of tracks their career with specific tracks and sort of does the pop-up video thing, if anybody remembers that. Gives trivia and interesting things. He did one for Tim Follin that was really good. He did one for the guy who did the Echo the Dolphin soundtrack and Sega CD, Sonic CD soundtrack, the USA one. Though I know people don't like that one as much, but you know, still. It's actually a really good channel, and I tend to try to pick up whatever he puts out. I don't usually watch it. Like, I want to actively watch it, so it's one of those things where, like, I'll download it and then watch it on the airplane. because I find that to be better for, like, active watching. Thank you, YTDLP, or whatever it's called nowadays. Okay, so I've got to backtrack. Oh, God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to backtrack. Well, it doesn't matter. Wish there were more Dean Evans SPCs from the Green Lantern SNES game. Would like at least port at least one of those tracks. That'd be pretty nifty. Yes, ZX Spectrum. I apologize for using the improper pronunciation. Such an odd little console computer thing. You know, I may have been approaching this. Okay, no, you can't kill those guys. I don't understand what's going on there. But yeah, it was interesting to hear, like, Tim Follins, like, earlier work. I didn't know he was doing stuff all the way back then on, like, much weaker specs. Alright, well, that's the pipe I went down, so we don't want to go that way. Nothing I love more than waiting around. So what we learned here is you can walk over those without trying to do tiny jumps. Which makes perfect sense given that you have to do very tiny jumps there. Alright, so that doesn't put you that much further forward. So another one of those moderation things is I want to see the entirety of the level, so if I do get a pipe that, like, warps me forward, I tend to want to walk backwards. Even though we're at the end of the level. Silver Surfer OST. Oh, it is the best thing about that game by 100%. Like, the game is terrible. But the OST is fantastic. Another one, Pictionary for NES. Like, everyone loves the intro screen music to Pictionary. The other music in the game is good, but the intro screen goes really hard. But here's the thing. It's actually a good game. Like, Pictionary for NES is legitimately good. Well, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your fish. As I struggle to mole. But yeah, like, Pictionary, legitimately good game. I would highly recommend people try it out. Like, you wouldn't think it's good. You think it'd be stupid, and it kind of is. It's basically like little Mario Party mini-games, where the better you do, the more, the bigger percentage of the picture is revealed to you, and then you have to guess using an NES controller as a keyboard. Which kind of sucks. But, that being said, like, the actual gameplay for most of the minigames is pretty fun. The soundtrack is really good. Like, and the pictures are mostly reasonable to guess if you have a decent percentage of them. It's one of those games everyone's heard of, but no one's actually played. I've played on stream a few times, actually. I kind of forgot about that. I suggest that if I ever go to GDQ, I'll have to, like, stage a Pictionary tournament. We'll see. Lucky for people in the Northeast, since they moved, which one? The winter one. To, not Philadelphia. What's the other one in Pennsylvania? It's not Philly. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That sounds right. But, like, not too far away from any part of the East Coast. Being on the West Coast, not so much. Picked up Anticipation for NES, similar to Pictionary, also dirt cheap. I've heard songs from Anticipation. There was an OC remix back in the day called something like Ice Cream Shoehorn something. That was a remix of something in Anticipation. The name was definitely the best part of the remix. Eventually they deleted it from the site because it did not pass their quality bar, given that the quality bar for OC remixes has moved upward over the years. Ah, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your fish. As I get hit by an axe. A fish axe. But yeah, the quality has gone up over time. One of the tracks they accepted a long time ago was basically Dark Side of the Moon in DuckTales, but with drums thrown over the top of it and the riff to Don't Fear the Reaper. It was not good, but it was very memorable. It had a great name, The Duck Side of the Moon. Once again, memorable, not good. I don't know, maybe I'll call it a guilty pleasure. Sylvaguna stuff? Kind of, except I think they were playing it straight. The only thing that I would say approached Sylvaguna from back in the day, there was a track, I don't remember if it was actually accepted on OC Remix, but it was a remix of Gato's theme from Chrono Trigger. And basically, the song was, I think, meant to be a little bit of a diss track for the judges of OC Remix. And they went through like 4 or 5 different, maybe it's 3 or 4 different genres of Gato's theme. It was very odd. The name, I don't remember the name. I doubt it actually is still on the site. But that was probably the most Sylvaguna-esque thing, and this was long before Sylvaguna. Since it was long before YouTube. Like, YouTube only started existing... We even discussed this last time I streamed. YouTube only came into existence around 2006, I think? 2007? And the impetus for its existence was that the guy who founded, the founder of YouTube, really wanted to be able to easily find the Janet Jackson nipple slip that was in that one Super Bowl. That was literally it. It's like, I can't find this online anywhere. I should make a website where people can find this sort of thing. And so YouTube was born. 2005-ish, thank you. My notion of time is not the best. Still pretty ridiculous, though. So, is this a bypass or the secret exit, you think? I think it's a bypass. You have to build bypasses. Or not. Oh, dang it. Don't worry, you have a notion for Googling quickly. It does help when you're not streaming to be able to Google quickly. Oh, I forgot the prior level has 2 exits. Alright, well, we're going back there. Both these levels have 2 exits. That's not irritating at all. Alright, well, time to cheat a little bit. There we go. Got a little bit of time left in me. Okay. I think it was this one. Anyone made sprites of Payday Gang? I don't know who that is. Is it related to the candy bar? Oh wait, no, Payday was a game. It was like a mafia game or something, right? Okay, well at least we found the secret exit here. Yeah, I got lucky there. Completely lucky. You know what? I'm just gonna take it. I'm not even gonna try to do that. Legitimately. Yeah, I thought I was free and clear, but apparently I wasn't. Whatever. Level over. Co-op bank robbery goes burr. That sounds right. Luck is just a skill on a regular basis. Something like luck is adequate preparation, I think. No such thing as luck, just adequate preparation and inadequate preparation. Alright, since I'm more keyed on this level, I'm going to keep going through this one. Keyed in is an odd phrase now I think about it. It must be like a radio operator thing. Like old school radio operator. The sheer amount of weird slang, when you really think about it, that we use every day, because we just haven't reevaluated it to be weird slang, is quite high. Also, we still call, you know, movies, movies, because they move. Something to be said for that. At least we don't still call them talkies, though. Maybe we should bring it back. Hey! Well, I've solved the problem of John's cape being his face. So here's the issue. That's just the way I got this sprite. This is not a off-the-shelf on SMW Central sprite. This is a... I completely and utterly stole this from a ROM hack one. And unlike some other ones, I don't think the Paper John guy is ever going to get to me and be like, hey, you shouldn't use my sprite. Or if he does, I'm just going to be flattered to have heard from him, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. But it's not uncommon that, like, sprites don't work entirely correctly just because, like, the bits are in the wrong places. Some people expect to use, like, Mario 3 style tail things, and that uses a different set of sprites. So... by failing to prepare, you prepare to fail. Yeah, that's probably the better quote there. I was thinking the luck thing was probably from Have Spacesuit Will Travel. Picked up another Heinlein just for the hell of it recently. Figured I'd complete the like trifecta of his best-known works. Wasn't ready for the fast tracks. So now I'm listening to The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, which has definitely not gone the way I expected it to. To be fair, though, neither did Stranger in a Strange Land. Like, Starship Troopers, what it is, it says on the tin, it's not remotely surprising. Stranger in a Strange Land is basically, what if Martian Jesus? Which is about as weird as it sounds. Oh yeah, Martian Jesus and polygamy. Lots of polygamy. And The Moon is a Harsh Mistress is also in that same kind of category. It's like some sort of revolution. It has some interesting AI stuff going on, but like the main thrust of the story is about revolution. And of course, everyone has some sort of weird family situation because it was the 60s and that's just how you wrote it in the 60s, I guess. Like, the main character of the story is in some sort of polygamous collective, and I do not understand how the polygamous collective actually works. He's not adequately explained it, but apparently just saying, oh, it's linear. Oh, right, that's what linear means. Absolutely. Not like a line, it means that. Because polygamy, and it's the 60s. Other than that, I've been enjoying it. But that just seems to be the way that 60s sci-fi rolls sometimes. What's up, Noah? How you doing? You came in at a little bit of an odd time. Basically, anytime I try to discuss 60s sci-fi, it always devolves into, man, why does 60s sci-fi gotta be so weird and horny? Like, you wouldn't have expected, you know, you probably heard of Rama, but you wouldn't have expected Rendezvous with Rama to end in a space orgy. But that's just how things are done in the 60s. Well, so much for flying over the level. So much for having power-ups in the level. I don't know where the secret is in this. Still kind of want to know where this track's actually from now. Apparently it's not necessarily Jazz Jackrabbit. That's why I didn't want to come back to this level. Yeah, after I'm done with Stranger in a Strange Land, I'm probably going to try something else. I'm not sure. Been listening to sci-fi and fantasy stuff for audiobooks. I'm probably going to try, I don't know, something more standard next time I picked up another audiobook after I'm done with Moon is a Harsh Mistress. I was thinking Alice in Wonderland. I've never actually listened to or read Alice in Wonderland, and I have to assume that it's less horny than all 60s sci-fi is. And also weirder. Just weirder in general, but a more enjoyable type of weird. Not sure where they'd be hidden. Like, there's no... It's possible I missed a pipe. My natural inclination to jump when faced with anything unexpected does not always work. Literally the only audiobook you've listened to is through the Looking Glass? Really? Oh, was it well read? Because truly, the reader does make the book sometimes. One of the reasons I started listening to audiobooks at a higher speed was because the reader, the specific book I was listening to, was quite slow. So I picked up the habit of listening to audiobooks at about 1.4 to 1.6, depending upon the reader. And most of the time it works, unless the audiobook has an awful lot of music. If it has music, you have to turn it down. It's just awful. It tries to do pitch correction on music, which you just shouldn't do. It's unlucky. For a free audiobook, it was good. Alright. You can't argue with free in this context. Alright, this is a pipe that took me somewhere. Maybe there's a trick here that I hadn't considered. You know what I'm willing to bet? Oh. Nope. Right, it's red. I really should remember that. For a book that makes no sense to begin with. Yeah, fair. Fair. I'm not really seeing where I'd find the secret exit here. Like, my only thought really is that I might need to go and do some... like flying up and seeing if I can find a way above the level in certain spots. There's a lot of spots in the level I need to fly above. Like, here's where we kind of left off. There's really nothing... like, that looks like very substantial, but like it's a trivial trick to do. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to find the secret exit in this one. I might just have to call... I might have to just take the L on that. Because it is almost, yeah, it's almost 4:30. I need to get going to bed. I'm gonna take the L. Alright. Oh, man, I look forward to listening to these tracks. Alright, let's find someone to raid. I'll come back to this one next time. And I made good progress. I started at 37. So I didn't quite make 40 exits. But... oh, wait. I did exactly 37 more. This is working quite well. Working quite well. Let's see. Need to find a raid for target first. I'm not quite going to bed yet. It'll be close. But I'm thinking... let's see. He is just barely getting started. One of those things where, like, you never know with someone how long their intro part is. Mostly because I never actually do the intro thing. I just get to playing things. All I gotta do is get 38 exits. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, I'm further into the game than I think. I can really scroll around for a moment. Like, you can see here is the rest of World 7. It's right here. There's probably some World 8 over here. Yeah, there's World 8. There's still some stuff in the Star World on the other side. I need to remember to actually go to the pipe that took me there, which I don't remember where I left it, but I know it's somewhere around here. I kind of wonder, looking at this area here, if there's like a secret exit I missed that'd take me through here to like this nice like Parthenon thing, but we'll see. My guess is I'll slow down a bit too, just because of how this works out. Right, he's not starting yet, and that's annoying. Could do that. By the way, has Luigi's Misadventure also had a real-life person in it? Yes, actually. Oh, I'll lose my place. But there was a cosplayer picture, a picture of a cosplayer who was cosplaying as Queenie from Deltarune Chapter 2. That's the only real-life person I've seen so far. But Roberto Zampari has been known to put real people in his games. There was a hack that had Greta Thunberg, the youth environmental activist, as a boss. So, still possible. We have time. We definitely have time.